Yo! Your first place. Oh, nah. First place is gone. It happens. It happens, and only by 596 points. Still, you've been first place for so long. Holy hell! See, this is why I'm glad that that Stream Elements isn't gone yet, and is not going to be gone anytime soon, because they're going to be bought out by somebody more than likely, or at least have investments going on there. Because if we didn't have that, then we wouldn't have this gamble thing, and then we wouldn't have the situation that we have now. I don't think there is. I don't think there. I don't think there is. Well, there. No, I don't think there is. Not with this one. I know that some gamble bots do have that, but not with the one from Stream Elements. It's just pretty much like a regular gamble. I know you do, but they treat it like a casino. They treat it like a casino. Like it's just you gambling with the casino. That's why there's no give, as far as I know. And I do believe, because both Salty Dog and Luna are both subscribers, subscribers on the Twitch side. well, there you go. There you go. Luna, there you go. It's fine. Look, this is not a competition, okay? It's not a competition. Just remember that. Gamble responsibly and just enjoy yourselves. Don't treat it like a competition. Don't treat it like, or else I'm gonna take it away. You guys treat it like a competition or meet each other, I'll take it away. But so far, everything's been fun. All in good fun. Well, I mean, you took the big risk. You took the big risk because there was a chance. It's like a coin flip with the RNG thing. Literally a chance you could have won or lost. Those are the only two chances you got. So you could have lost. Let's see here. Sorry about that saying for Japanese YouTuber. You're good. You're good. Konnichiwa's fine. In chat, did you ever watch Watame in Hololive? She had a 3D live concert. I did not know about her 3D live concert. I'll take a look at that too. Because I was not aware of Tsunomaki Watame's 3D live concert. She is one of the first Oshis I had in Hololive. Not gonna lie. She's one of the first Oshis I've had in Hololive in general. And, let's see. Let's take a look at Watame's birthday festival. And, the Encore 3D Live was for the members only. But let's take a look at the Watame, Tsunomaki Watame one. And I'll be honest, she was one of the first ones that I called an Oshi inside of Hololive. I'm not even gonna lie about that. That's like, she is like, I've had other Oshis like Toa and things like that, but one of the first people that I call Oshis was like Watame. She was the first one of Gen 4 that I watched. Like I've liked, Pekora, I've liked Marine, but and Fantasy, which is the first ones that I actually watched. But the first one to consider like an Oshi was like Watame, was Tsunomaki Watame. Hey, nice. But yeah. Like I said before, just try to be happy and try to just chill and enjoy yourselves. That's why I have the gamble thing in there, so you guys can just enjoy yourselves. As long as you guys are chill, like I said, it will stay. It'll stay because it's fun for you guys. That's what I like, the fact that there's this fun thing there for you guys. I like that. So yeah, the internet is still shitty. But as you've seen, my bitrate is lower, specifically because I don't want there to be any issues in the future when it comes to the internet issue, so to speak. Because, well, as you know, my ISP has been, well, very shitty in the way that it's acted recently. Let me just double check speed. I have to reset the freaking router, the actual modem, several times a day now in order to make sure that Things aren't shitty. I don't know what it is. I think it's the line. I think it's literally the line itself again. If it does not get better by tomorrow, then I'm going to call. Yeah, it's still the same way it was before. I've experienced this once before. With Spectrum, when there were animals that ate the line and affected the line. So that is one thing that I need to see about, if they can, figure shit out, which hopefully they can. That's one thing I need to see. One thing I need to have them check out. And that is one thing that it's going to take a little bit, because I've already changed the actual router slash whatever you want to call it, router slash gateway modem. Next is a lot. Like, once we have that being switched out, I can just go through. After that, it escalates. Because this is exactly what happened. I think it was 2 years ago, just about 2 years ago, I would say, where this was happening, where the upload speed was really low, and I had to use like cell data in order to get things running. All right, take care, Luna. And it didn't work well. And first, it was, as mentioned before, getting the modem replaced. If that didn't help it, then it is escalating it to something else. And the fact that it's okay when it resets and then it gets worse progressively throughout the day gives me a feeling that it is, because most systems here have like an error correcting code type thing. Most of them do. And it looks like it's gotten to a point where the system can no longer correct the errors that are happening on the line. It's happened, like I said, it's happened to me before. Last time it happened, they legit replaced the whole coax, all the way from from the from up there up to the pole, all the way to the house, all the way into the room. All of it got switched out to the newest cable, newest filters, new everything. So yeah, the animals' fiber cables are not good. Stop eating them. That's true. It's one of those things where I think what ends up happening is, as you know, rodents, which, like, I think squirrels are part of the rodentia and everything like that. Rodents and such have continuously growing teeth. And they do have to kind of chip it down by using different methods. And usually it's chewing things. Chewing through wood, chewing through, containers, plastic, what have you. They'll do that. Alright, let's get to the news a little bit. And then we'll just start chatting and doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, it is unfortunate, but it does seem like that's possibly what is going wrong here. It sucks. Like I said, it's very unfortunate, but it does seem like that's possibly what's going wrong here. Because well, there's no other solution as far as I can tell of what it could be. So, all right, let's just chat here. And even though the upload is slow, the data upload, what have you, is slow, since I have lowered the bitrate of my stream, it is still working properly. That's why even when it drops like to 3 or 4 that it did before, you'll maybe see a little bit of buffering, but you won't see the full drop like it did before. Hello, Kay. Welcome. Luckily for that. Luckily for you guys, there won't be that huge drop. There'll be a drop, just not a huge drop. If and you know what I mean. It do be one of them things. So right now, it does look like it is doing well. It does look like it is around 9, which is half of what I should be having. A little bit, well, it's actually less than half. It's like 40%, 30-40% of what I should be having. But what can you do? What can you do? Let's go. Raura Pantera is a member of Hololive English's Justice. She is as you can see, a cat girl there, and she has brought doom to the ages. Now, just playing. She has had something good happening now, which is 2 years anniversary. It is the whole EN Justice 2-year anniversary coming soon. Big Cat is 2 years old now. Let's celebrate all together, my lovely Chatini. And it starts at 11 p.m. JST, which means it already has happened by this time. Since this was for June 22nd, it already has happened. This was the full one here. Let's take a look a little bit.
And yeah, so that's it. And then
she always looks so smug.
Yeah, I'm always super careful to emails because I'm scared. I mean, fuck is pretty, like, frequent asked questions is pretty popular.
Focus.
Everyone's
like Focus
as well. Sneeze emotes? I never sneezed in 2 years.
Never sneezed, not even once. Everyone's
So,
like
I
Focus.
don't think so.
They love making fun of her.
It was not even her fault.
Doom.
She was being super careful. I should have healed my Pokemon before. I didn't know where it was.
More stuff there. She's doing like emotes and things like that for Chatini. Live emote doing awesome. And yeah, the Doom thing was I forgot the name of the one. It's one where you play a wizard. I think it's one that you play wizard. I forget the name of the darn game. It was I think it's Yap Yap. I think it was called. It was very, very, very popular. I think it was Yap Yap or something like that. And one of the spells you can do is Doom. That's where she got popular. One of the things that got popular, the whole Doom thing. And this is amazing for her. She's able to do that. Wow, she does a really great job. She's a good artist. And I'm very glad she was able to have fun with her Chatini. Big congratulations for this happy birthday. This anniversary. I always get it flubbed up. It even says their anniversary, for freak's sake. Anniversary. I'm keeping it live because I love just showing how odd it can be, I guess. Big Cat is 2 years old, and they all love her. Time does fly. It does. 2 years is insane. Insane. It is a lot of time for anybody, honestly. For a community, for VTubing, which can be, although for her, she's a part of a large organization, still keeping popularity after 2 years is not easy. Look at me. I've been here for 5 years, and holy crap, I haven't gotten any popularity at all. I love you guys, but I haven't grown, just to be honest. You guys are the ones that stay. You guys are the ones that have stayed as a community with me. But yeah, I haven't grown at all. So yeah, there's that. The next thing we have here is the Hollow Stars are a male VTuber group inside of Hololive Productions, along with Hololive, the girl side. Hollow Stars is the male side, the boy side, with EN and JP. They are joining Hololive in general with going to ANYC, Anime NYC. It starts Sunday at Anime NYC. Don't miss the special streaming panels featuring the Hollow Stars EN talent at the Hololive production booth on August 23rd. More information here. This is their news here. They're all going to be there. They're going to be at Anime NYC, all of them with Hololive Productions. They're not just saying the Hololive girls. The guys are going to have it too. These are all the talents that are going to be there for the full situation. It's going to be August 20th to 23rd at the Javits Convention Center in New York, booth 1710. Talents that are going to be there from EN are going to be Mori Calliope. You're going to have Iris, Hako Spales, Nina Mai Inanis. You have Cecilia Immergreen. You have Isa Kiriona, Kogane Nico from Device. You have from ID, Yofi, Ali, the Fuamoko twins from Advent, Crony, Raura Pantera from Justice. From Justice. And you have Shirakami Fubuki, Ayame, and Okami Mio from the JP side. They're all going to be there. They're all going to have fun. And as you see, the boys are going to be joining as well on Sunday, August 23rd. Axel Sirios and Octavio and Makinex Leon and Banzuin Haka. They're both going to be there. It's a big thing for everyone. I am very glad that the stars, along with the girls, are going to be there together. They are being celebrated along with the larger Hololive community. Welcome back, welcome back. And yes, I'm very happy that the stars are getting at least some sort of recognition. It's you can't prevent them from not getting, you can't prevent the shit that happens when it comes to other stuff that's been happening. It really does suck. It's really horrible. I hate that it happens. But let's go to Tsunomaki Watame first, where we can take a look at the Watame Night Fever. And this is amazing. This is Watame Night Fever, for people who don't know, it was a weekly thing. I don't know if she's still doing it, but it was a weekly thing. Let me just see if Watame Night Fever it still happens. Watame channel YouTube. If Watame channel. Let me take a look, because I do know that usually she would do like a Watame Night Fever. On average, she used to do it a lot. It looks like it's not so much anymore. It used to be a weekly thing that she did in the past, where she would just sing every weekend. Now, it doesn't look like she does it anymore. She does it occasionally. She did a singing stream 5 days ago, which would be a Friday, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Friday. So I guess she does do it occasionally, but it doesn't look like she does it too much. She used to do Watame Night Fever every weekend. And now it's like, it's occasionally that it will pop up. But yeah, from now on, it does look like she does it like maybe once every other week. Occasionally when she has time, she'll do a singing stream. But yeah, she used to do Watame Night Fever every single week. How to Stars JP is in Doom, definitely, unfortunately. Oh, don't join Hollow Stars? They wouldn't have me. I guarantee you they wouldn't have me. I'm too much trouble. Number 2, I don't have the talents that those guys have. Holy crap. Even the worst singer in Hollow Stars is 1,000 times better at singing than I am. Even I don't know who would be considered the worst singer in Hollow Stars, or whether JP or EN, but even their worst singer is 1,000 times better than me. So there's no chance of me joining them, because I don't have the talents. I don't have the talent. Tsunomaki Watame has a big... Oh, God. Okay, there you go. I forgot to do that. Luckily, we're at the beginning. So, it's my fault. I forgot to remove it. Get him in before we start. Get him in before we start. Not your fault. I ain't gonna get angry at nothing. You're good. You're good. Like, I'm not gonna get angry at that. You're just freaking doing what I have available for you. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get angry at that at all. That's why I let you get it all out, because I was like, I'm not gonna fucking get angry at that. Tsunomaki Watame is a female Japanese VTuber with Hololive's 4th generation, along with Toa, Coco, Kanata, and Luna. She has a big announcement. It is a wonderful time for her as she is celebrating her birthday. Kakomaki Birthday Festival 2026 and Tsunomaki Watame Birthday Festival. Kakomaki is probably it's definitely a bad translation. It's Tsunomaki Watame's Birthday Festival. And she has it named Night Fever because, for those who don't know, those who haven't been a fan of hers for very long, she used to do a weekly thing, which would be a weekend thing. Maybe I think it was either on Saturday or Sunday, where she would have something called Watame Night Fever, and that's what she would do. She would sing. It would be a whole shindig of her just singing her heart out, getting her songs out, just having fun with the Watamates out there, and having everybody just enjoy her singing. Now, the Night Fever is specifically just for these big events like that. She occasionally does singing streams, not as often as she used to. She used to do it weekly, from what I remember. I do remember watching them like years ago. I'm talking about maybe 4, 5 years ago or more. Maybe I think it was even before the yeah. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago that it was that way. But now she has this birthday thing.
しなやかに高鳴る心途中だって君に夢中暗闇染み込む世界で見つめもう一度やり直したら君に本当は6月6日が誕生日なんですけどぐるぐるが多くて中断そして延期になり
So this does appear to be the remake of the last time that I covered the Watame Night Fever that happened. If you remember last time, I'm just gonna give you guys a bit of an idea. What happened last time is that I made a mistake and I thought it was something due to maybe a health issue, but it wasn't. It was due to something. There was like an outage or something going on in Japan at the time when it comes to the internet, on YouTube and things like that. So it was buffering a lot, and she decided instead of giving people a bad experience and having them experience something horrible of just everything being bad, she decided to make this again. And let's take a look at the later stages, which is what I remember, because I did remember that she did do some of these things here with some of the members. Yeah, we didn't have this part. We didn't show this part. So let's take a look here. Oh no, I think this was the last part of the video that I showed. They got Vivi there too. And there you go with Noel. Cute! This is what we didn't see last time. We didn't see Botan and Fumoko twins and Nico. We didn't see that. Cute! Alright, let's see what else we can get here. She driftle! She going driftle! She going sideways! You gotta love it! And Liz and Narissa, nice! Oh! More Eurobeat stuff. Night of Fire, you have Anya, and of course Watame. Iris is there too. Awesome. They did Night of Fire, and they're gonna be doing there. There you go. It's all in Japanese, goddamn. Ah, let's fix that. It was perfect. I am glad that she was able to have that redemption, the little bit of redemption arc. It wasn't her fault. It was tech issues, but you get it now. Now you get to see the Uber sheep stuff. You get to see the looks like a card, mugs, the sheep plush. It looks like, as well as a face mask for when you're going to sleep. That is very, very, very cute. And there you go. Taking a look at everything they've done. A little bit of a look at everything, and her thank you to everyone who was there for everything. Let's keep walking together toward our dreams. And she has been able to complete a lot of dreams. One of the dreams that she had was to have her own concert and things like that. I believe she's going to have either has had or will have a solo live soon. She is someone who I have been a fan of hers for a very long time. That's why I'm glad that she was able to get this little bit of a redemption and able to get this thing going for people who missed the other one because it was privated, and then it was only half done because buffering was bad and all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad that she was able to get it fully done and out there. Yeah, it does suck about the Rio graduation. That does absolutely suck. But for now, they are going to be doing more just well, what do I call it? They are going to be affiliates for a bit, as they still have some contracts that they need to work on, like still have available for themselves. And with that, it does mean that they can still do their independent stuff. But when it comes to, like, some of them are VAs, as in voice actors. Some of them have other contracts that need to be continued. And in those cases, it's just easier for them to be affiliated with Hololive Productions and cover than to have to worry about transferring or buying out the contracts or anything like that. So if you see, as I did, each one of them is still marked as affiliated with Hololive. If you see that on any of the things out there, it is primarily because they are still having to, do the whole rigmarole of having everything set up properly. Because, I mean, honestly, it benefits both sides. Hololive doesn't look bad for having to cancel a contract. The Holo Stars don't lose any credibility because they're continuing their contract. They're not ending their contract. They are seen as also hard workers, especially in Japan, seen as hard workers or seen as people who are loyal to a contract that they signed, and that helps them in the future. Helps them because, yes, they are Holo Stars, but a lot of the people, when they go and do the VA stuff or whatever, they see them IRL. So they get to know them as the people behind who they are. So that IRL persona, the IRL, the person that you are behind the scenes, still keeps their reputation. And Hololive / cover still keeps their reputation of honoring every contract that they go through. Yes, Budokan is invite only. Yes, that is her main dream. But she did do a. That's something that she mentioned from like the very beginning. That Budokan was one of those. Suisei got a Budokan, so I truly believe that Watame will get a Budokan eventually. Because Watame is big, not as big as Suisei when it came to that, because Stellar really made Suisei get huge. The first take, that one made Suisei get super popular. I mean, Stellar was already a banger. It was already a good song. It was already doing well on the charts. But that first take one, being the first VTuber ever, the first V singer and virtual talent ever, from what I know of, to be on the VTuber at least, Japanese VTuber, to be on the first take, because I think they usually had IRL people for the most part. That's opened the doors for others to be a part of the first take as well. And that is something that, man, I'm just proud of Suisei for doing that, and I'm proud of everything that Watame has been able to accomplish. Watame had a concert in Japan, but never a concert in Los Angeles, California. But I mean, there's always, the invites that people can give as well. Let's see. Singing at Tokyo's legendary Nippon Budokan is treated as an ultimate benchmark of the music scene in Japan. Artists do not simply get invited, they typically secure booking through established music promoters. After acquiring massive dedicated fan bases, they guarantee they can sell out 10 to 14K arena. They have to sell out smaller venues first. They have to work their way up to Budokan, no matter how big you are. You have to get collaborations with major promoters, which is what Hololive already has. So Hololive already has a foot in the door when it comes to Budokan. Promoters like Night Nation Japan, Creative Man, Sogo Tokyo. So here's the thing that's going to have to happen with Watame. For her to be able to go into Budokan, I think she will. She will be there in the future. Because Watame is working her way up by having other venues and showing that she can sell out other venues. That's what Budokan looks for first. And then, of course, she has the backing of a large corporation like Cover and Hololive, so that is out there. General public sometimes views Budokan as shows an invitation only. Achievement bestowed upon the elite. It usually refers to the internal vetting by management and promoters that an artist has truly made it. So you have to prove yourself first. And that's the thing. As a lot, and I think it's gotten a lot less because back in the day, I'm pretty sure it was way, way stricter than it is now. Hololive and Watame have a bit of a leg up on others because you already have one member of their organization that has proven that they can get there, that has proven to Budokan as well that they can not only sell out the seats, but they can also be a good guest. If you know what I mean. They can be a good guest without any issues, without causing any drama, without anything that would besmirch the reputation, let's say, of a place like Budokan. I know you're worried about Toa. Toa is fine. Toa, for those who don't know, just in case you didn't watch my video, not everyone's going to watch it, and I'm perfectly fine with people not watching it. It's perfectly fine. You watch what you won't. For people who didn't watch my most recent video, I did talk about it, I think, in the morning as well, that Toa has the exact same issue as the talent that was formerly known as Aramane Kanata, which is Meniere's disease. It is like fluid buildup in the ears and things like that. It's a chronic condition. It can lead to dizziness, hearing loss, and so much more. The issue that Kanata had with Meniere's disease is that she did lose total hearing in one ear. So she is right now has partial hearing. I think she lost, I'm not sure, total hearing or like 90% of hearing. She lost enough hearing that it is considered hearing loss in one ear. And that is one of the reasons why she decided to stop before she loses everything. The schedule, I guess, was making it harder for the treatment, things like that. So she ended up retiring because of that. And she is no longer doing any kind of VTubing at all. She is just going on and doing the regular office lady life and probably trying to start a family too. I wouldn't blame her for wanting to start a family as well. And Toa has that same issue now. They're thinking. They're not 100% sure, but they're thinking based on the random situation. The fact that it was so bad she couldn't get up. I know about vertigo. Holy crap, man. It sucks to have vertigo. Like, there's a couple days a year when I can't get out of bed. Well, when I stream, I can stream because I just deal with the vertigo. But usually it is I get up and I fall because my inner ear's all fucked up. I get it several times a year. I don't know what causes it. But doctors haven't said anything crazy, but I get it several times a year. It's just, it's like almost spot on when it'll happen. It'll happen like at least once or twice a quarter. So it'll be quite a bit. I do need to get that checked out. I fucking hate doctors. I hate doctors. You know the last time I got my ears checked out? It's been a decade since I've gotten my ears checked out. And it's been happening since then. That's bad. That's bad. Do as I say, not as I do. What I mean by that is take care of your health. Go to the doctor for yearly checkups. Last time I had a yearly checkup was in 2023. So don't do what I did. Get your yearly checkups. If you're women, do your thing, what you need to do with the gynos and stuff. If you're a guy, even if you hate it, you have to get your prostate exam. And I think at least like every couple of years, a colonoscopy when you get above 35. So take care of yourself. Do that, even if it is, bad. I understand. Even if it is annoying, even if it is one of those things where you're like, fuck, I don't like it, I don't want it. You have to You have to do it. You have to do it. I mean, that's just in my opinion. In my opinion, you have to go and deal with the doctor stuff because it's like really bad.
Face off!
I'm alone. I'm gonna go run around the house naked.
Oh, that's the video.
What did she do? She went to pee?
No, she ran around naked in her own home.
You don't do that?
I live with my parents, Tenma.
Oh shit, my bad. She...
I think even if I did live alone though.
Oh, we watched this one already.
Wow! Okay, they're a woman. They're a woman.
Yeah, we watched that one already. All right, we haven't watched yours. I was talking about the things that we were watching before. Let's take a look at yours. How is the internet going so far with you guys? Is it like, as far as I can see, there haven't been any bad stream health thingies. Quality isn't as high as it normally is, like in the sense of like 1080p type shit. But I mean, we do what we got. We do what we can. We do what we can. All right, I'm glad at least it's working. Freaking A, man. On, what was it? It was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, yesterday night. I had to end stream early because I was not going to let you guys deal with that. I tried to wait for it to get better, try to wait for things to get better. Nope, didn't fucking work. So, yeah, that's why we're here. I still have that lowered bitrate at half of what it normally is because I'd rather have it be a little bit blurry than you guys not being able to see it all. You know what I mean? I'd rather it be a little bit off, a little bit less quality than you guys not having it. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. Like I already mentioned to you guys, but the people who weren't here in the morning, real quick, I've had internet issues. I still have it. I think it's with the line, like I mentioned earlier. This one, I had to go and actually, do several talks with them, do the reset, have them check it on their end, have them do tests on their end. Everything looked good, but it failed. It would fail the upload test, as in like the upload would be 0.5 megabits per second. Usually for streaming on YouTube, we need anywhere from 10 to 12 megabits per second in just streaming, just using streaming. And I was like 1 megabit per second at max. It was not working well. Upload. Download was a dream. Download was at 500 megabits per second. That's perfectly fine. But upload, for whatever reason, was bad. I don't know why. I don't know how that works. I really don't know how that works. But it was bad. Because it's coax. It uses the same actual data lines. The only thing I can think of is that somewhere the line itself might be chewed by rodents, more than likely. But I had to go get a new modem. The new modem came in. It was good for a bit, but then it got bad again. So I'm guessing it's something with the line, where when the modem starts up, it doesn't have very many errors. It doesn't have very many things going on, and it's able to push everything through properly. But once it's been on for a couple of hours, the line, it just keeps having more and more and more uncorrectable errors, and the amount of speed slows down. Let's take a look at this. Hopefully it gets better. If it doesn't get better by tomorrow, like I said, if it doesn't really improve by tomorrow, I'm gonna call and have them check the line.
In the studio with World Cup winner Thierry Henry. Hello, Rebecca. Sweden's all-time record goal scorer, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan is already greatest pundit of all time. And dreadful ginger wanker Alexi Lalas. In America, we don't call it football, it's soccer. I hate you so much. Okay, so let's discuss England's
Yeah, everyone hates
chances.
America for
They
calling
do
it
have
soccer.
Good players. They need to be braver and really attack more. I once saw a guy do a head kick goal into the upper 90. It was crazy. Every moment I stand next to you, you are closer to death. The question was about England, Alexi. The English are the worst
Yeah, like the episode of Simpsons where the Germans saw raccoons were chewing on the wiring. Yeah, kind of that.
people in the world. Okay. If they win the World Cup,
Perry and Pups, shocking. They're convinced it is something other than expensive thing. Yeah. Yeah, shocking.
it'll be the worst thing that happened ever. I just think worse than the Black Plague, bit of an exaggeration, worse than every war ever combined, well okay, and worse than when the meteor took out the dinosaurs. Thanks for that. Zlatan, what about America's chances? They do look stronger than I expected. Kalshi says there's a 40% chance they get knocked out in the quarterfinals. That's pretty good. 14% chance of the semifinals. They would be very happy. And they're up to a 5% chance of winning the whole thing. Do you guys know the ball is round? Yes. And you need to shoot it at the soccer goal in between the posts. That's what it's all about. Rebecca, back to you. As a lion, I must kill you now. Thierry, about the USA? They are a solid team. They could surprise. You need to score more goals than you concede.
Jesus Christ.
And I think if the USA do that, they have a good chance of winning some games.
If you score more than you concede, you win.
Well, we'll see how that plays out.
You make me understand why guns are legal here.
Well, yeah, the U.S. didn't have a men's national soccer team or a really national soccer league, I think, until '94, till the World Cup in '94 when they were going to host it the first time. Because FIFA does have a rule that you have to have a national soccer league in order to registered with FIFA in order to be able to have it there. So literally, the only reason the U.S. has a soccer team and the only reason the U.S. actually has a soccer league is because they wanted FIFA World Cup over here. And it was in Los Angeles, I believe, when that happened. In 94, I think. That was the only reason it ever happened. That's the only reason we even have soccer over here. Because we wanted the FIFA money. It says, I saw a video, soccer was actually named the Europeans had it, and the US just kept it after. Well, I mean, same thing with miles and feet. Miles, feet, and US does not like changing anything. Miles, feet, fluid ounces, that type of shit. Like there's a bunch of stuff. Pounds. I mean, yeah, you got pounds, feet, miles. All the weird shit that we have over here, inches. Like, all that kind of stuff, it's all from way back in the day. US does not like changing a goddamn thing. Explains a lot about the LA Galaxy? Yeah. Yeah, Team USA's in the knockout rounds. I didn't expect them to get past the round of 32. I honestly didn't think they were going to get past the groups. Yeah, the Imperial measurement system fucks everything up because everyone else is in metric. Except maybe a couple of, like, US is like one of like 5 countries that still uses the imperial system. Other people use it because the US use it in like, you know, being able to translate it to their system. Science though, if you've ever been in the sciences, you've ever done anything with physics, chemistry, etc., they use the metric system. In the sciences, NASA uses the metric system. Everyone in the sciences uses the metric system. Now, when it comes to the military and stuff like that, they still use a lot of the other systems, inches and that kind of stuff. But in the sciences, because hell, well, it's a kilometer. Everybody in the rest of the world uses those. So in order for us to kind of, you know, fit in enough, at least in the sciences, and not have an issue, because guess what? I forget when it was. I think it was in the 90s. It was one of the Mars rovers, where. Or the Mars missions, where because we were using inches and they were using millimeters and meters and stuff, there was a disconnect in like something got messed up and it fucked everything up and it blew up. Billions of dollars blown up. Yeah, I mean the metric system is basically like by tens. You can divide everything in the metric system, well, at least when it comes to measuring like distance and stuff, and even weights and measures, or whatever it's called, you can divide it by 10 and you're freaking there. It's like a 10-base system. Yeah, the American system, yeah, it was like fucking, it's horrible, dude. Military uses metric at times. A click is a kilometer. Yeah, true. I think for anything that's going to be worldwide, even if we don't use it here in the US, we should always use the metric system because that is the standard of 99% of the world. There's just a couple of fucking holdouts. We're the largest one of them all. It's really weird. I mean, most people do. Over here in the US, they go pounds and stuff like that. I still like when I'm going to the hospital, pounds still. But I always try to translate it to kilos. I'm like, I've lost weight, so I think I'm like at 100 kilos. Around 100 kilos. Around 100 kilos. Probably more than a little bit more than 100 kilos. But I ain't light in any way, shape, or form. I find funny is that every metric country has several historical local units that get used day to day, even if they're a word for a half kilogram. Check Mexico is game starting right now. Ooh, nice. But yeah. It is one of those things. Let's see here.
I end stream
And Sakana is with staff watching the concerts because they didn't get to watch at the con because they were busy. Okay, he's watching the concerts with staff.
Okay. Cute.
And the song is, they go through the songs, you know, they go through the songs and they're typing in chat their thoughts. And Sakana's like complimenting everyone, you know, as a good boss does.
Yes.
And then then the concert apparently gets to my songs. The concert apparently gets to my song, and then he goes, "Oh man, this song sucks."
What the hell?
He's like, "I fucking hate this song, bro. It's so bad."
Holy hell.
What the fuck?
Bruh. Holy hell.
What the fuck, bro?
Oh god.
What the fuck, bro?
Everyone's
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off now, bro.
Don't make the bear maul your ass. Holy hell. I think, see, here's the thing with Sakana. I think it's just he's having fun because he knows that'll get her. It's one of those situations where you know your talent's enough and you're comfortable enough with your talent so you can do this kind of stuff. But I think I would react the same way. I don't have talent, but if I had talent, I think I'd react the same way.
I'm already pissed off.
Bro, was he joking? Well, yeah, of course he was joking.
I am already pissed off.
Get him!
Don't piss me off even more.
Let's get him!
And that was just the one concert, right? So I went and did other stuff, and then I watched them go to the next concert.
Oh, stones! Stones is something that not even we use over here in the U.S. We're like, what the fuck is that? The weight of a stone is what a stone is. How can you tell what, I don't know, what exactly, what was the first stone to be used as stone for measurement?
And then my song comes up again. And he's like, "Oh my god, this song is so bad. I hate this song." I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Hello?
Angry Bird.
Don't piss me off.
Ain't no way. He did it twice.
He's not even trolling, dude. He's not even trolling. He just fucking hates me.
Obviously he doesn't, but it's funny. It's funny. No way.
He didn't say anything else, by the way. He didn't say anything else. He just said, "Oh, I hate this song. This song is so bad." What the fuck?
He doesn't hate you, he hates the music. That's the difference.
Hello? Excuse me?
Yeah, what songs were they? That's what I want to know. What songs were they that he hates that
he knows how to
much?
trigger you. No. The thing is, he didn't know that we had access to the channel that they were talking in.
Oh no.
He didn't even know that I could see what he was saying.
Oh no. That's even worse. That is even worse.
Don't piss me the fuck off, man. You know I'm already pissed off. Don't piss me the fuck off. I'm not gonna intrude Pippa's stream. I don't know what she's doing, so I don't want to intrude on her. They're just yapping. In that case...
Intrude they shall.
In that case, maybe I can go in for a second. Maybe just a second. Just a second. But I feel bad for I don't want to jump scare everyone else though. I don't want to jump scare everyone else. You know what I mean? Fuck you, Sakura, you're such an asshole! Okay, that's good enough.
She did it! She did the thing! She got her revenge! She got her revenge, finally! Holy hell! I did not expect the bear to do that. I really did not expect the bear to do that. But you gotta love an agency where you can do that kind of stuff. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Man, look at
Yep, Uruka.
Bye. You know what I miss a little bit though? Like, I just really, really, really wished that, like, you know, on the rigging part, if her hands could actually really tightly squeeze her booba to the point where her booba sticks out in between her fingers.
Oh god. Heroi.
That's what I meant.
Heroi.
Well, it seems like you guys need to, you know, send a lots of super and love to Uruka Senpai, and maybe Sakana will let her have that kind of advanced type of rigging.
A knot is 1.15 nautical miles. 1.15 miles. Well, 1.15 miles and 1.45 nautical. Okay. Yeah, it's the nautical mile system is fucking weird. The nautical thing is weird. It just is. It's odd.
If you guys want to actually see like the squeezed up, go support Uruka Senpai. Maybe Sakana will spend money to, you know, give her more advanced rigging. Bluebird Meyer, good. Thank you so much for the super. Stop it. No 6-7. Skinao, good. Thank you so much for the super. So when will you get this toggle? But better.
Yeah, no, it's not working. It happens.
I don't want to squeeze my booba. I want to squeeze my pussy.
What? What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Cause you know we can't do same thing, right? You know.
Huh? Oh god. Okay, wait. I didn't just sit down here, but that was a shock. Well, I guess it shouldn't be a shock when it comes to her. But holy hell, if I said that, like, if I said grab him by the foot, then I would be in trouble. I'd be in trouble. I'd definitely be in trouble. But I guess, like I said, things are different. Things are definitely different. Again, that was a shock. Holy hell, madam, not on my Christian stream. Yeah, not if you're the orange guy.
Yeah, that's what I want. What do you mean, hold on? What do you mean, what? Well, you know, like, my senpai already did the booba thing. I cannot copy it off from her. So I need to find something different, but all I have is that, you know?
What?
I never thought about that. Oh, you're so smart.
Hello?
Okay. I'll think a little
Plastic
further
Xenon.
next time.
Plastic Xenon. Classic Sin. Classic Sin character there. Classic.
Forza!
Alright. Let's take a look at yours. Where is it? There it is.
She told me to.
And I'd do it again.
Why are you like this?
You mean smart, sexy, or
Evil.
The only agriculture your harebrained humanoids is producing is power plants. And you're calling me evil?
Okay, but
They leaving a carbon footprint bigger than a Godzilla King Kong love child, but I'm the problem.
I understand that. but
Those hollow sapiens got the ozone looking holier than thou, but I'm wrong for shaking a little something.
I'm just asking you to give it a rest for a second. Let them get their head above water.
They won't be above water long if they can.
Enough!
Fine, I'll stop.
Thank you. Jesus.
Hey, you hear about this historic heat wave hitting Europe? Just call me Martha and the Vandellas.
It's like a heat wave.
Okay, 26.
Yeah, we definitely got some shit. Yes, we did have an earthquake today in California. We're all good. I'm safe, as you know.
And then you guys could show me the cards and stuff. I had to uninstall it.
Definitely not Levi's. Nice.
Install it to download my Souls games. So it was a little cardless of me to do, but I had to. No more names. I genuinely had to make a choice. But then EP and I are gonna play Dark Souls 3 this week, so... And also Elden Ring is my guilty pleasure game, so... Suck it! Had to! You can suck my tail! I say this often, or not often, regular. I say it every now and then. Every now and then I'll tell you to suck my tail, and you're like, yes! 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 And then I take
For
it back.
free? For free?
Occasionally. Suck my tail. I did not say those exact words. I'm pretty sure, in fact, I said none of those. Speaking of suck it. Psych along, watch along when? Never. I am too unnormal about it to watch it with a normal person. I'm sorry, you guys are too normy. Bad news. You're a little too normie 5 me. You can't handle how freaky I get. I hate to say it.
Whoa!
It's too... I get different. I get different when I watch it. This will not be a fun experience for you. Be honest, Nancy. Did you uninstall Forza because no one else messaged their feet in their childhood? That might have been part of it. Yes. It was, yeah. I was appalled that neither Pipa nor Sheena has ever massaged people's feet, and I thought that was just beneath me.
Oh god.
And I decided I cannot hang out with these normies. Too normal 5 me.
Too many
When they
normies.
haven't massaged a random lady's feet. Not my people. I mean, honestly, what
folks.
put me off was the fact that they didn't even want to try. I was appalled. I thought, maybe I can convince them.
Maybe it's a cultural thing. But I did that for when I was way younger, of course, when I was a kid. My mother and my grandmother at one point. On my mother's side, I think. Beyond that, no. But yeah, I mean, occasion. Like that was when I was a kid,
want to
though. When I was,
massage
like, 5,
random
6, around
women's
there.
feet, but no, they were unconvinced.
Nowadays, there are adults who will pay somebody to allow them to do that. There are adults who will pay to allow someone to touch their feet.
Does that mean also need to
to touch
massage feet
someone's
to hang
foot.
out with me? No. I'll massage your feet for you to hang out with me. I'm desperate. I get lonely
Oh, God.
easy. Oh my gosh, I overreacted. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you. Oh my gosh, Ines had the most... What is it? What do they call it? Girlfriend experience? Ines had nitty girlfriend experience yesterday. We were playing Night Rain, right? And at some point she muted to eat something. And it angered me. It didn't
Oh, God.
anger me. I got concerned. I'm like, does she hate me? Why did she mute? Why
Damn.
is she muting her munchies? She never muted. Why is she suddenly muting? Is she mad at me? Did I say something? And she's like, oh, I thought it'd mute well and you guys could yap and then I'll just have my food. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess it's fine. I don't know, it's whatever. It's whatever, I don't even care.
Did you get all tsundere out of
I
that
wouldn't
thing?
say I'm an overthinker, no.
I am.
But I was like, wait, why is she muting? What did she mean by this? Does she hate me? I'm not a freak, guys. I'm not a freak who
says-
enjoys the sound of crunchy chips or noodles.
Of course not.
Said you were a second ago. Guys, listen. I might be a little bit of a freak, but I'm not an actual freak. No.
I'm a freak. It's like I might be a freak, but I'm not a freak.
Not in practice.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of a freak. I can admit that a little bit. But I think what threw me off is if somebody is always doing the same thing and they stop doing that thing, I'm like, wait, what? Huh? What happened? Why aren't you doing the thing you love doing? You love eating with the mic on, Ines. Why aren't you eating with the mic on, Ines? You love that. Tell me.
Oh no.
Why aren't you keeping your doors unlocked anymore? You loved you doing that. I don't understand. I don't understand why you're locking them now. You loved leaving your windows open at night for the fresh breeze. Eh? Because of safety? I don't believe that.
I mean, a croc coming into your house is not unsafe.
I don't get it. I'm confused.
Just look
Are
at,
you okay?
Kaiju Crocodile.
Did something happen, Samet? Did somebody break into your house and now you feel unsafe? Is that what happened? Who did it? Who done it? Trying to keep the wild crocs out. You hate me!
That's like a Pippa.
I'm Pipkin Pippa, and I'm Envy.
Say something envious.
My wife.
Can you say
There's
that
nothing
with
to say.
more gusto?
Again, it is getting badly there you go, desynced. There you are.
Be envious. Say something envious. I don't know.
Say it with your soul. With my soul. Okay. I'm Pipkin
All right,
Pippa.
night,
and
Jessica.
I've got big PP envy. My neighbor has a bigger car than me, a bigger house, and a prettier wife.
What are you talking about? But Michiro was your wife, wasn't she? She's the prettiest wife.
Yeah. Well, she'd be prettier if she was blonde.
What?
Hey,
Nice.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Wait a second.
In a relationship where the fox ride.
This is Gorilla-san, by the way. This is Gorilla-san. This is Gorilla-san. I'm not gonna make this.
In our story, we will find out why these two beings have been fighting for the
Who the
past
fuck put the
century.
subtitles?
Is it the fox's desire to have down
10 million hours.
or is the rabbit's carelessness from noticing the fox?
Oh God. Oh.
That's Pippa right there.
Like, for little reason,
Oh. Shut the hell up. Oh God. This is not based. This is not. Oh.
So yeah, the punk tennis question. What?
The last voice
This
actor
is
had to be dumped
sounding
into a ditch.
familiar.
Then she started.
What did they do with her?
They fucking killed her, man.
Oh.
They
You
replaced
kind of
her
sounded
ass.
her a little bit.
Dang.
No, I don't
maybe
think
you're her
so.
reincarnation.
Oh.
No,
Are you sure that's what happened?
they just hired a new one. I'm completely different. She's not my style.
Oh yeah, they look for someone with a similar voice, right?
I
No.
see.
Machine gun.
Oh.
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 Oh, oh. Wait, what? That's me. Pippa is Pippa.
Oh my God, it's Pippa.
Oh.
I want to become a senpai. Please can
Her voice has changed a lot. Her voice has changed a lot. She is cringing at herself. Her voice has absolutely changed a lot. That was the cutesy Pippa back in the day, before the weight of the world, the weight of the sins of the world have broken her. Not her own sins, but the sins of the world itself, which is very, very, very... it hurts just to see all that stuff that's happening. But yeah, she definitely had some different voice. Different voice.
So many.
She was oh my God. Well, I don't have look. I'm never cringe, so I don't have to worry about this. Yeah, right. I'm lying, of course.
Yes, I know. I think I can achieve it. Oh wow, Pippa, yes, we believe in you. I want a 3D model. I think everybody wants a 3D model in Face Connect. I think everybody does.
We did it.
Oh my God.
Spoiler, we all did it. We all did it.
We all did it.
Hopefully you can mix and match parts.
And
I
we
love
got
stuff
Phase
like
Gen 2.
that.
We can still aspire to make people laugh one day, I think.
Yeah, it'll be hard, but
I don't
eventually I
think
think we'll
Sakana-san would be
succeed.
happy. But I think
Yeah,
I think
Pippa,
take
Pippa
many
motivated
years.
me,
during this
and
meeting,
it,
I was
yeah,
one
inspired
person
good health and self-growth to make people
Sakana-san
laugh
would
one
be
day.
more
So
than
I believe, thanks to this rabbit, we can make it happen.
That was one of the few times people called Sakana-san. That was amazing. Find the tastiest power
Or
core.
like Sakana.
Yeah.
Got him.
Well, you see, Walmart has a hidden food
We
aisle.
used to be very like Japanese larping.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
She did daddy do.
Go Pippa. Oh, okay. 5 years is crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to quit a few times, but I'm glad I didn't. It's been wild, man. Did you guys? I don't know. Is it okay to be like overly candid?
Go for it. Go for it.
Who's gonna say no?
But like when other companies would pop up, when other VTuber companies would pop up and they look like really good deals, I'd be like, oh man, I'm jealous of those guys. And then they would explode. And now I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm glad I didn't leave.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm here. Actually, yeah, this is awesome. And thank you guys for not leaving. And thank you guys for overall being really chill people, I guess. Like that sounds so like simple, right? But I feel like in this industry, there's a lot of batshit insane people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think part of what makes Gen 1 such an honor to be part of is like everybody's so just genuinely nice, and I think overall very good-hearted people. So I don't know. I'm glad to be here. I guess whatever. Shut up. Anyways.
Cute. Oh, the whole mecha thing. Oh god, yeah, the whole mecha thing. The whole mecha debate.
I'm alone. I'm gonna.
Oh, this one again. Okay, that already happened. Let's go on. There's so many different versions of this.
Hi, Riss. The name is Riss. I, Riss. I actually don't know anything about the movies.
What's your name, soldier?
Bond.
Oh. You're not SAS.
You're not Sass. He's Bond.
No, this is Patrick.
Why am I
yeah, pretty much it's Patrick.
Classified.
Who's running the retrieval mission then?
Also classified.
Everything is classified.
I don't know what's going on.
So true.
Exactly what I tell you.
But did he just call her mom? I know it's ma'am. I just heard mom. Since
Yeah, you
when
do hear
did
mom in that one.
I become your mom. Ooh.
I'm sorry, Mom. It's one of those things, Mom. I know I have to kill people, Mom, and I know I have to make sure I don't blow the nuke up, Mom. But Mom, you're being too naggy. And then you say it's freaking wait. Does she have to, I get distracted. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I was like, is that actually RTX? Because if it's actually RTX, holy hell, better than my system. Oh, but still, we're talking about James Bond and his mom. What James Bond is doing with his mom, I guess. I don't know.
Ooh, this broken glass looks really nice. Look at that. I can imagine like a purposely broken glass like this.
It did not look that nice on mine. It really didn't.
It's in like a museum or something. Ooh. Okay.
Okay. The name's Bond.
James Bond.
So I am James Bond.
Your visitor's pass, Mr. Bond.
Thanks.
Oh, I bet there's her contact number in there. She was checking me out.
Pleased to meet you. I'm James. And you are?
Infuriatingly secretive.
Mom. Mom won't even tell me her name. It could even be a fake name. It doesn't even have to be a real name.
I'll be right down.
Money Penny? Is that what your name was? Wait, did I read that right? No wonder she didn't want to tell me her name. She didn't want to tell me that her name was Money Penny. They could just call her Penny.
That was debut Pippa. Yes, that was debut Pippa. Pipkin Pippa. Let's take a look at her Pipkin debutin. This was 7 years ago. 5 years. 5 years. That's 7 years ago. 5 years ago. This one. This is her sound.
That's something you'll find out. You'll find out. Is I want to make people laugh. I hope I will be happy. I don't think Sakana-san would be happy, but I think I would be happy.
So that is Pippa. That is the old school Pippa. The one before the world took her soul and smashed it to smithereens, pieces, what have you. Before she was broken by the way that reality hits you when it does. The Pippa now is definitely different than the Pippa back then. Pippa now was innocent, well, probably not innocent to the ways of the world, but seemed very much innocent to the ways of the world.
But no, she evolved a money dollar.
Air crewman in training, accidentally stumbling upon an MI6 operation of the utmost importance, initially willing to assist, but then you hang up on us, go against direct orders, and ultimately blow up the invaluable asset we were there to retrieve.
I wasn't aware I was under MI6 command, and I just...
Yeah, you guys didn't tell me anything.
chose not to take your advice. Mom.
Every woman is my mom.
I would like you to join His Majesty's Secret Service. I want to make you a spy.
His Majesty? We have a royal family? Is this England?
No. Should you make it, I have to inform you that agents have a very short life expectancy. Normal social life is near impossible. And if you do get caught, we will deny ever having heard of you.
That does not sound like good conditions.
What's the downside?
Money's terrible.
When do I start?
Why am I doing this? No wonder her name is Money Penny. They only pay me in pennies.
Everyone, meet our new star air crewman Bond. So capable he could skip basic training. He'll now demonstrate his superior close combat skill. Monroe, will you do the honors?
Ah, Nuka-Cola Quantum. Let's take a look at that. Is it in... you put it in, like, general? Let's see here. Ah, is it in... photos? Photos? No. Oh! Ah, not in the Discord. Oh, yeah, you're not in the Discord server. I forgot about that. Alright, so let's continue.
Love to.
Maybe I need to go a little bit
Monroe,
faster.
Time to turn you into Ro. Raw-Ro.
God. God. Stop it! Stop it!
Ah! Monroe! Greenway! This is bullying.
You know, I do love a challenge.
She likes how I look. The dudes are angry, but the chick is into me. That's all that matters. Looks can take you so far in this world. Even if you're frustratingly weak and basically luggage. If you're hot luggage, the woman will take me in with open arms. My training arc.
2 weeks.
Dude being so salty. I got the flag. Training arc. Whoa, I love this. This is so cinematic. They skip through it. It's the training montage. It's the montage.
Give me 100.
100? Really? Oh, okay. They skipped that. I thought I had to press it 100 times.
Not bad. Hit 3 targets. Lucky shot. Something like that.
Something like that.
He's a...
I'm getting tired. Boss. 99.
What do you say, mate? Call it a day.
Oh.
No more kickers.
Oh, it's serious here.
Follow rules it is.
Which means no rules, right? Oh. I trained to not fight fair, exactly. Oh, wow. Dude wants to kill me. Whoa, not in the cafeteria. Oh, the food, not the food. Oh, not the food. Anything but the food. Yeah, hit him with the pan. Hey.
Yeah, it's like, come take a seat.
Oh my God.
Let's have a
I don't know how we're still alive. Are they still alive? I know. They're at each other's throats. This is more than just being angry about favoritism, man. This is a death fight.
This is where I found out I was gonna have a bad time with fights in this game. This is where I pretty much found out
Are we gonna become bros after all this?
fighting in this fucking game. I was bad. Like, holy crap, man. I was bad at the game, at the fighting.
I don't think we can be bros after this. No, this is too big of a fight to be bros after. Okay, man. You're pretty good. It's probably what they're gonna start saying. Oh, it's the bro music. After all that? Oh, it's bro music! What?
Just can't help yourself, can you?
What the fuck?
I, for one, won't be sorry when you're gone.
Sir, this is on me.
Yo.
I decided to take the sparring outside of the ring.
He has evolved into bro. God, that training montage was so fun. What? Rolex?
I already have a watch. Oh, you do? May I see it?
Never mind, it's Omega. Excuse me, it's an Omega. Literally says Omega. Oh no, not my watch. It was a family heirloom.
5 long years he wore this watch. Up his ass.
That bromance punch session was more than I expected. Yo, nice play.
Rooms are in the back. We left you the worst one.
A photo of Monroe with his grandfather. Legendary SAS officer. Yo, I think you got connections too.
Yeah, she's got connections. Definitely got connections.
I was expecting a love you, my little sweetie poo or something behind.
This is a collector's piece.
That's
very
something
rare.
I used to do.
Your painting's just a mass-produced replica. Pretty, but no emotional impact.
That's not a replica. And I got it when my granddad died. Every time I look at it, I remember the loving patience of the man.
My first date was to that movie. And what came after also had a couple of firsts.
God, now I really don't want it on my wall.
Do I get to choose? Golden Forest or the Street Brawler, where Monroe had a lot of first experiences? Demon Fist is kind of cool, honestly. I perhaps think that martial arts can be very posh, don't you think? I'm a dude.
Sorry, Cress. I like the explosive and uncontrolled aesthetics.
I can't believe you made it out.
Well, yes, it was very dangerous.
Fun. We're waiting.
I was flirting with the lady at the counter. Whoa! What? I thought this was a training montage. Whoa! Oh! Yo! We suddenly hit! I knew she was into me. Ask about her privilege. Privilege? You should ask who's your type, me or Monroe. Ask about her feelings for Monroe. Oh! Ask about checking Monroe out.
Tell me, Cressida, did I see you checking out Monroe at the fridge this morning?
What? That is not fair, Bond.
Oh!
I remember that. I remember that. I chose that one too. I was like, this one might throw her off. This one might just throw her off. It did.
Wingman. Oh, we form a little buddy group, but I'm the third wheel. It's okay. I got counter lady. I'm starting to worry that I'm gonna lose one of them by the end of this game. Look at them go. Look at them go. I seriously do not know what is fun about this. What is fun about clubbing? I don't get it. Oh, my contact is...
You can quote-unquote feel the music.
Oxypetalum only blossoms at night.
That's an interesting pickup line.
She was checking me out for a second.
Thought you were someone else.
Hey, how can you be so sure I'm not the one you want, yeah? We only just met.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Leaving. Excuse me. Hey, I'm not finished with you.
Jealous boyfriend. Sorry. I thought my contact was a hot woman. The Greenway was like, you got my flag? It's okay. I got another mission ready for you in this club. You ain't clubbing. You missioning. Go to the men's.
I remember that whole
what happens if I
fucking
walk
thing.
into the... Never mind. There's a line. Of course there's a line for the female toilet. Always like that. Hello.
Bit early for that.
Bit early for that. Disgusting. Oh, disgusting. I'm so used to clean Japanese toilets. These toilet bowls, they freak me out. Oh, wow, wearables. Oh, am I gonna be in disguise? What's my backstory gonna be about? Now, give me my wearables. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, does this watch shoot people and make them fall asleep? Umbrella? Is it a gun? It's
One
a
of them does.
gunbrella. I bet it's a gunbrella.
More than likely.
That's nice. Looks a bit big. Oh no, this is for Monroe. You'll be wearing that one. I'm the chauffeur. Well, don't look at me. I just work here.
I do not like my backstory. My cover. My cover.
Greenway.
Greenway hates me.
I'm a big shot sports agent, and you're a washed-up child influencer with a massive gambling problem. I took pity on you.
Or I'm a high-powered lawyer and you're a former professional rugby player with moderate brain damage. I find your incomprehensible grunts soothing somehow.
Man, they're so into each other. It's the kind of like the love-hate relationship, right? She's just...
Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's the... Look, we just finished something with James Bond here, and the first fucking thing that we see here is gonorrhea is evolving like never before. That is... We just finished the James Bond thing. We just finished that. And now we see gonorrhea. We talked about James Bond having the hanky-panky with some random lady, and the next thing that pops up after that is, hey, look at this. There's freaking gonorrhea that is like super gonorrhea or mecha gonorrhea or whatever the hell's happening over there in Michigan. Don't have smecks in Michigan. Yeah, that's a weird one. Let me see what's happening with the interwebs. Yeah, it looks like there's definitely some stuff. Oh, that's cute. She likes it when you pick her up. Cool. Yeah, it's going bad again. Ugh. And I already have as low as I can possibly have for the internet stuff. Like, I have as low as I can fucking possibly have it. Like, I'm not even lying. Didn't see the end? Well, yeah, I probably didn't because this stupid thing. Oh, yeah, it's oh, holy crap. Now it's really bad. Yeah, there's something definitely wrong with the line. There's something definitely wrong with that damn line. Because it's like at 106 right now. See him jive for a bit? The upload isn't doing too bad. Upload repaired itself. Let's go for the... We'll go here.
Man, they're so into each other. It's the kind of like the love-hate relationship, right? She's just acting tsundere to him, trying to cover up the fact that she is into him. My bro's in. This is really fun so far. God, I love that montage. I wouldn't be surprised if every single film had a different girl that Bond was, you know, with, like a heroine. I found the random scene of Bond doing the deed with Counter Girl was very random and unnecessary. It was very random and unnecessary.
It happens in every Bond film.
To do like bonding.
All of them. Every Bond film. I probably watched Chubby Emu. Stopped watching those and they're no longer... Well, yeah, I mean, I like watching his stuff occasionally because it is informative. But yeah, it is Le Chubby Emu. If he keeps going this way, I'm probably not going to be able to play a game. If anything at all. Oh, damn. You saw how long that thing took to load? Holy hell.
Isn't the World Cup on literally right now? Isn't the game on right now? Australia versus... Oh, shit! USA is up 30 minutes in! USA! 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 Let's go! Cleo's molding. Wait, I'm gonna go into her chat one sec. Just fucking show up. Hey, fucking Cleo. And guess what? USA, USA, USA. Okay, good. America!
Hello, Lumi.
Who's up? Is it the USA? I hope so. Let's take a look. Yes! Wait, let me go back to Cleo's chat. 1 second, gotta send another one. USA, goal!
Hang on, they're all in their half. Start the game. Just kick off right now. They're all on the pitch.
Goal! Goal!
Stop.
USA
Kick off.
2-0!
Kick off. Kick off. You go score. They're on their side of the pitch. Kick the ball off right now and go score.
USA! USA! She's gonna ban me. You mad, Cleo? You're mad! We don't even give a shit about soccer! She's just living out her Everton nightmare all over again.
Yeah.
This is Everton all over again!
Kind of moved to the next round, even we lost against Switzerland.
It's time to call it the real name.
Remember,
soccer!
It's always points-wise. If you have more wins and losses, then you're gonna... Like, if you win, like, 3/4 of your games, then you're good.
USA! USA! Even more annoying. We just keep going.
After you're out, it's time to call it soccer. Lumi, Australia calls it soccer. I don't call it soccer, but Australia does.
Take your L,
Australia also
Everton
calls it
fan.
soccer. You don't-
She's
the football team is called the Socceroos.
Nothing but net. Home run, baby. Hi, Cleo. Who is... Nice loss today. Oh, she lost in her soccer game because USA is the oh. You want an outro? No, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Well, it's Brazil. They fucking live, breathe, and eat soccer. Live, breathe, eat, drink, piss, and shit soccer. Fucking everything is about soccer for them. It's their national pride is soccer. So it's not a surprise that teams are losing against Brazil. Like freaking hell, Brazil. Seriously, when one of the ways you can pass elementary school is if you are a high level soccer player. I'm just kidding. It's not that. Right now the megabits per second is 8, so we're doing okay. Okay enough, I guess. They lost a soccer match in Brazil. The casualties will be in the Brazilians. Ha ha! I see that. I see what you did there. Again, it's fucking taking forever to load. Holy hell. Well, today's gonna be another one of them shoes.
Irie, what is your criteria for your hand in marriage? People will try it out. No, stop. Stop. This is a BB stream. You're trying to ask what's BB's criteria or my criteria for BB's marriage, right?
Oh.
Well, first of all, you need to be okay with her having a child.
Wait a minute. Why is there Am I wrong?
Because you do have a child.
Our child?
Yes, our child. Our child that we had was Dizzy? Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but the first criteria is you must be okay with me for having.
What is this? Baby. Wait, I don't actually remember saying this.
I literally have timestamp and clip evidence that you said you were gonna try and get rid of Pibbles.
If you didn't accept Pibble into the family, yeah.
I did accept Pibbles into the family, though. What are you talking about?
Oh. Didn't Pibble try to eat you too? Yeah, a little bit.
No, Pibbles wasn't trying to eat us. Pibbles was being...
Oof, still really slow.
Pibbles.
Is that? Oh, that's just part of the quirks.
Yep, it failed for a bit and it came back. Yep, we're having that issue again.
Just part of the quirks. I see.
We're having the issue again. I don't think I'm gonna be able to play a game at all today. So we're just gonna keep chatting, I guess, because I really don't think we're gonna be able to play a game today. Because of the, well, at least not any of the games that I have. Because of the fact that, well, we would absolutely need interwaves stuff. Like I've already played some games here and there. Let's see, do I have anything on no. Most of the stuff, like Left 4 Dead, we could try playing that again, but no, most of the stuff here is related to internets. So I want to, you know what? I want to go back into my roots and do this. We used to watch these all the time. All the fucking time. Y'all don't know. Back before I was doing news and doing like VTuber watch along stuff like that, we used to watch the fucking Fat Electrician all the time. I love his videos. We're gonna actually go kind of fast with this one, cause he does fucking long videos, and I do need something. Oh shit, this is pretty long. So we're gonna go like 1.5. This was a long one. We might not even finish this, some bitch.
The fact that this guy doesn't even have a Wikipedia page about him is absolutely criminal. Today we're talking about Logan Weston, aka the Fighting Preacher, which is one of the greatest military nicknames of all time. And boy oh boy did he earn it, because wait till you hear this guy's rap sheet. Years in service,
questions, go ahead.
27. Wars fought
All right,
in,
take care, Luna.
3. Founding member of Merrill's Marauders, or as we know it today, the 75th Ranger Regiment. Credited with knocking out multiple enemy tanks by himself at the same time. Helped lead the last bayonet charge in US military history. Became a Green Beret in his 40s so that he could advise on how to combat communism in Vietnam.
Of course.
And this is normally the part of the video.
GTA 6 will be $80 if you're buying that. Also, you don't want to hear Mario defend it. Says, let's do it. Oh God. Yeah, you can link. Luckily, Twitch does let you link videos. You can link those videos if you want to watch. If you want me to watch them. I have to see about GTA 6.
Where I would list off all of his awards and citations, but seeing as he has over 200 of them, we're just gonna hit Distinguished Service Cross, 5 Silver Stars, 7 Bronze Stars with V-Device, and 6 Purple Hearts.
Oh, is that all?
Our story begins on January 5th, 1914, when Logan Weston is born. He is the oldest of 5 kids, and like pretty much everybody else from this era, his childhood kind of sucked. Family's dirt poor, like log cabin in the woods with no plumbing or power, dirt poor. He bounced around a lot between Michigan and Pennsylvania, and he only got an 8th grade education before going and getting manual labor jobs to support himself and his family. During the Great Depression, Logan's hunting buddy, basically his best friend who has a wife and kids, isn't able to find work, and he's not able to support his family, so Logan, wanting to help him out, goes to the superintendent at this coal mine and is like, hey, can we hire this guy? And he's like, no, we're struggling to keep you guys employed right now. So Logan basically quits his job and gives it to his friend so that he can support his wife and kids. Takes him a while, but eventually he finds a job as a lumberjack.
Not buying the game itself, but it's kind of depressing how the profit.
That he used to work in collapses.
Remember, they want to make lots of money out of this one. GTA tends to have, GTA 6 is going to have GTA 6 online, absolutely. That's where they're going to make money off their shark cards and all that kind of stuff. They're going to make tons of money off of that. So that is going to be something. That's definitely going to be something. Let's watch one of yours, and then we're going to get back to the fat electrician. Not going to be able to watch all of them, but we will watch one of yours. Oh boy, that's 8. No, that's 18 minutes. We're not going to watch that one. More shorter videos. I guess I'll watch the 8-minute one at the same type of speed that I have here. Let's take a look.
I have a couple of friends, and they are like certified normie girls. And the other day, I kind of let the mask slip, and I got a little too silly with it. And I was talking about the gay incest thing. Yeah, the what? It's this debate I have sometimes to get people riled up. I talk about how incest is morally incorrect. It's morally wrong. I'm your sister, you sick fuck. Due to the fact that there's a chance of having offspring and bringing life into the world that will suffer from it. So therefore, gay incest is morally gray.
What? I'm glad you don't have sisters.
Yeah. Usually I start this by just saying gay incest isn't morally incorrect, and that gets people like really turned up.
It does. It would. Perfect timing. By the way, incest following menopause. Oh God.
So, yeah. Did they get baited? No, bro. They just said it was gross.
Well, okay. That look.
And then I felt stupid.
That look. There are people who would pay lots of money to have someone give them that look.
They mogged me.
Believe me, I know.
It's like one of those
Yeah,
instances
mogged.
where you realize you
may have
went a
fucked
little
up a
too
little.
crazy, and
You may have
everyone's
fucked
like,
up a
"What is
little.
wrong with you?"
You may have fucked
It's
up a
not
little.
even like you baited them. It's more like, "Oh, I played myself."
Those eyes. Those eyes. Disgusting.
Different friend group. Different friend group. Oops, wrong friend group moment. You know what I mean? High cortisol gay incest defender.
That's
versus
when they
the
know
low
they fucked up.
cortisol normie. Okay,
That's
well,
when
I'm
they
not
knew they fucked
defending
up.
gay incest. I'm just saying that, like,
But she's not defending. But there we go.
it's not morally, it's not as morally incorrect as straight incest. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
God.
not that I have a strong stance on it. It's just like, I wish I had a sister too, so I could fuck her.
What? Wait, what? You almost made me do a spit take with that one. What the hell? There is literally a clip for everything out there. Holy hell. Let's hear that again.
It's just like, I wish I had a sister too, so I could fuck her.
Okay, there
I
there
always
we
say
go.
shit like that because I'm like, oh, this is funny. This is funny because it's making people crazy.
Right.
And
Right. That's why she says it. That's exactly why she says it. Well, that was that was a take. That was definitely a take. And for me personally, I think a lot of fiction is separate from reality. I mean, fiction
say
is
funny
separate from reality.
things. But then I got owned. Because like if you're with crazy friends, they will get baited, right? They will get baited and they are willing to talk about it. But if you're with a bunch of normie girls, they just go, ew. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, I found, you know, life is kind of like playing rock, paper, scissors. I found my counter. It made me feel, it reminded me of being in like middle school and being forced to talk with girls who clearly didn't share any interests with me.
What?
Yeah.
I thought she was talking.
Don't get me wrong, I love my
I
friends.
thought she was talking.
And, you know, different jokes for different friend groups. But... Yeah, I played myself, basically. I played myself. Yeah, I'm sure that dudes have this experience too, right?
Wait, what
Like if you
experience?
guys
What
grew up
experience?
liking games and anime, and you don't know a whole lot about soccer, and like every
Oh,
normie boy at
yeah.
school is like, oh yeah, I like dogs, and I like soccer, and I like going hiking with my family. See, here, I get rewarded if I talk about gay incest.
This mommy fucker? Mommy fucker? I'm not a very good mommy, but I'll be your mother.
What?
I don't want to say it.
Like I said, there's literally... Okay. Here's the thing. Number one, there seems to literally be a clip for everything. Number two, if I said that replace mommy with daddy, all of a sudden it becomes creepy. I don't know how it works. I don't know why it works that way. All of a sudden it becomes creepy. You move from mommy to daddy, and it becomes creepy. That's the way the world works. I don't make the rules. I don't even follow them. I just know some of them. And if you guys want to know the full rule set of how everything is, whether it be mommy, daddy, thingy, whatever, you can always search that term with Rule 34 after that, and you'll get the rule set. You get the 34 rules that are very important when it comes to each thing. Around the world, there's tons of different rule sets, but Rule 34, that set, you just go to Rule 34 or R34 to shorten it up, and you search, you know, whether it be mommy, daddy, and you can find it. You can find the rules that you should follow.
Like this, but I feel like most normies you're gonna talk to, they probably don't want to think too hard anyway. Which sounds kind of mean, but I really can't think of like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of like, not necessarily dumb people, but not very thoughtful people.
I can see that.
And, you know, maybe people just don't want to talk about incest, but, like, it's an interesting thing to think about, right? Because, like, I would say that if you're a midwit, the first thing that's going to come out of your mouth is, ew, don't say that. Ugh, that's gross. But you know what? If you have a little... They might have sisters, Mari. I have 3 brothers!
What are you? I know what
What's
you
your
are.
fucking point?
I know what you are.
Yeah, I don't have sisters. I don't care if, like, you don't... Okay, but, like, here's the thing, though, is, like, if... I'm gonna be even meaner right now. And I'm gonna say, if you're not able to separate yourself from a hypothetical, then you're a midwit.
I can see that.
I really believe that.
Well,
so
the twins found out Narissa
like,
Ravencroft is
ew,
moving to
I
Japan.
have a sister.
Ooh, nice.
Then you're like, I didn't say you should have it. I said it's morally gray. I didn't say go fuck your sister. Okay, I didn't say that. It's NPC mindset for me to say, for me to bring up this question and for someone to say, I can only see myself in this, that's disgusting. Just saying. Leah is a great person to raid when I'm talking about gay incest.
Oh god, what the hell? Alright. Let's take a look at the Okay. Enough about gay incest. Let's take a look at this then.
It's literally lore accurate because I am a cow. Therefore, I can generate ample milk if I so desire. But I'm not necessarily a dairy cow, so I'm not constantly in the process of lactating. Though I can lactate under the right conditions.
Huh?
I'm not just constantly lactating. I'm not just overflowing.
Or so you
just
say.
Having a constant little faucet leak.
So you
happening.
say.
That's not what's going on. I just want you guys to know that. Proof.
So you say.
You guys want to see my nipples to make sure I'm not lactating?
Never ask that of chat. You should never ask that of chat.
Hey, Twitch.
Because
I have a really good educational stream
they're
idea.
going to say yes. For education or not.
Just kidding.
They're going to say yes.
I'm sorry about the bomb thing. I didn't mean it.
The duality of a VTuber. First, you talk about lactating, then you ask if people want to see you lactate, then you talk about certain things that start with a B. It's a duality of a VTuber pretty much. And we have this now.
And a bunch of people die, a lot of his friends, thankfully not his best friend that was his hunting buddy. Because of that, the mine ends up getting shut down and his friend is now out of a job again, so Logan does the same thing. He goes to his lumberjack boss and is like, hey, I'll quit, give this guy my job. He then goes, finds a job as an appliance repair guy, and then a couple months after that, there's a logging accident and a bunch of more of his friends die from the same crew that he was working with. This really starts to eat at him. He feels like death is following him everywhere he goes. A bunch of his friends have died. He's super depressed about it, and one day he gets home from work at his appliance repair job and decides that he's gonna get a gun out of his dresser and put it to his head. He slowly squeezes the trigger as the hammer's pulling back, and then he says that he hears a voice saying, wait, and he goes to let off the trigger, but before his brain can send that signal, the hammer drops and the gun should have fired, but it doesn't. Not believing what just happened, he thanks God for a second chance, walks outside of his house, and then shoots a tree with the exact same gun, and the gun goes off perfectly fine. And Logan interprets this as God having other plans for him, and it just completely shifts his perspective. Previously, he was thinking that death was following him everywhere he goes, and now he feels like he was being protected. God saved him from that mining incident just in time. He saved him from the logging incident, and now he just saved him from himself. Because of this, Logan decides that he's going to give his life to God. At the age of 25 years old, he decides that he's going to go off to Bible college to become a pastor. And that's what he does. He is just reading his Bible and studying in college constantly, and then his junior year of college, the draft starts for World War II in 1940. And at this point, at least, there's no exceptions for going to Bible college as getting you out of the draft, so he has to go, so he does the only thing he can do. He goes, he proposes to his girlfriend, gets engaged, and then sets off for the army. Winds up at Camp Shelby, Mississippi for basic training, and when he first gets there, like just stepped off the bus to the base, they're in a big open field, there's a guy yelling that basically talking to hundreds of these kids that don't know what's going on, and he's like, okay, look, if you want to be infantry, go over there. You want to be artillery, go over there. You want to be a medic, go over there. You
have to remember, the U.S. was very much not prepared for World War II. Like, we had bad military doctrine. We had bad, we didn't even have, we had tanks. That was like World War I tanks. We still had kind of, it was bad. Like, we had biplanes and shit. We didn't have anything. Although, when we got into it, when we got attacked in Pearl Harbor, I say we because, of course, I'm an American citizen, born and raised here. When we got attacked at Pearl Harbor, the U.S., the force of the unifying force that would bring, the force of the desire to have revenge, made it so that we were like, oh hell no, you chose the wrong place, boy, we're gonna get you. And then that's when the P-51 Mustangs and everything were created. Eventually, we created tons of weapons, had the whole of the United States going for military, the whole military production, and with of course rationing and everything else that happened afterwards. So it's fucking insane times. But yeah,
you want to be this, go over there, yada yada yada. And he's looking around, he doesn't know what any of these words mean. He doesn't know what infantry is, he doesn't know what artillery is. This is 1940, there's no TV show, you can't Google this beforehand, you're not getting to pick a job. So he's like, I don't know what to pick. So for some reason he picks infantry, thinking that sounds easy. Infants don't do a lot, I could probably do whatever the infantry does.
There may be a situation here in which a serious mistake was made.
From here, he goes to basic training, then he goes to infantry school, then he's just stationed at Camp Shelby, and the entire time he's also functioning as like a pseudo chaplain. Again, gotta remember, he's like 27 years old at this point. A lot of the other people coming up are young 18-year-old kids. There's a huge deficit or like lack of religious services available because of how quickly the U.S. military is growing. So he's leading prayer groups, he's, consulting and talking to guys that are having personal problems, much like a chaplain does. And then December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor gets attacked, and then within a matter of hours, he is ordered to move out, and he is somewhere along the Mississippi River at a choke point, basically pulling security on the Mississippi River in case the Japanese invade. You gotta remember, this is Pearl Harbor. It's complete chaos. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. There could be a land invasion at any minute. People have no idea. So he was just mobilized somewhere that the Japanese might show up on the Mississippi River. And again, I presume because of the chaos in the days following Pearl Harbor, nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's scrambling. He winds up camping along the Mississippi River with all of his guys for like a month. Like, he was mobilized within hours of Pearl Harbor being attacked and then just stood out there and made sure the Japanese didn't show up at a river for a month straight.
I mean, it was important.
I'm pretty sure they forgot they sent him there, okay? Anyways,
I don't doubt they were, well, how, based on how disorganized the U.S. was before they got into the whole Pearl Harbor thing, and even after the Pearl Harbor thing, that thing fucking threw us for a loop for a bit. Yes, U.S. military got stronger. Yes, U.S. industry got stronger. But holy crap, there was a lot of disorganization. There was a lot of shit going on.
Regardless, by the second week of January, he finally gets orders to head back to Camp Shelby, so he packs up all of his stuff, heads back to Camp Shelby, and when he gets there, he is immediately promoted to sergeant. And again, this is obviously because of Pearl Harbor. We're going to war, we're going to need millions of new troops, millions of new draftees, millions of new volunteers. Pretty much anybody with any military experience at that moment was going to get put in a leadership position, so they were promoting everybody. He then gets pulled into his CO's office, and CO tells him that he thinks that Logan would be a good fit for officer candidate school. Logan says he's interested. He goes off, he goes through like a board, like an interview type process, and when he gets kicked back, he gets rejected. Now, I don't know what happened in this interview, but apparently the promotion board's official reason for not promoting him was his religious convictions were too staunch and they recommended him for a psychological evaluation.
See, that's a fucked up thing to do. Holy hell. You are too strict on what you believe in, so we think you're crazy. That's essentially what they said. Essentially, it was like, all right, we understand that you're Christian, etc., but you're a little too strict on that sky god thingy. We think you're crazy. Go to the psychiatrist over here, and he's gonna have a little bit of a chat with you. But yeah, we think you're crazy. That's insane.
The commanding officer that had recommended him for officer candidate school finds out about this. He's pretty pissed off, feels bad for Logan. Of
course he'd be pissed off. Look, I will not mention any of my religious beliefs if I have them or if I don't, but it's deeply disrespectful. I know people of different faiths. I know, Jewish people. I know, in fact, one of my parents' close friends, who was our neighbor, very, very, very wonderful man, is a practicing Muslim. He was very, very nice to us, always super nice to us. We have other people that we know that are, Catholic, Greek Orthodox, I think, Coptic Orthodox, I think it's called? Coptic Orthodox? The one that is, Egyptian Orthodox. One of our former dentists was that. We know people from different places and different creeds and everything like that, and we've never been like, yeah, you're crazy. Even if some of us don't believe in the exact same stuff that they do. We just are cool and we're friends.
Him back into his office, he apologizes, and then immediately promotes him to staff sergeant. A couple days after that, he gets orders, grab your shit, get on the train. He gets on the train, next thing he knows, he's in San Francisco. Then they tell him, get on the boat. He gets on the boat. Next thing he knows, he's in some tropical paradise called Fiji. And he's training with the local islanders in jungle combat, these Fijian scouts. Apparently, they're all 6 foot tall. They're all 200 plus pounds, which in 1941 was a massive dude. And apparently they are ungodly good at jungle warfare. He said that they would do mock war games and the Fijian scouts would just wait till night, so the Americans would have triple the normal amount of security, and somehow the Fijian scouts would still sneak into their camp and take markers and just put lines across people's necks.
Oh, the Fijians. I heard that they were fucking insane. As in, yeah, you're gonna see there. They pretty much told the guys, hey, yeah, you guys ever just chilling, sleeping? We could have necked it, we could have just gotten rid of you, but we didn't, and here's the markings.
While they were sleeping, simulating, I would have just killed you with a knife in your sleep.
I have a dick on my face, don't I?
And this is initially who's teaching him and all the rest of his guys how to operate in a jungle environment. And then when he's not training, he's still doing his pseudo chaplain thing. He's leading little prayer groups, religious services. He's counseling guys that are having trouble with stuff back home or just trouble in general. And that's what he does. And this goes on for months. And then one day they tell him, all right, get on the boats. From here, his ship kind of goes around the Pacific on these search and destroy missions. Basically, Navy intelligence is triangulating where Japanese radio signals are coming from on these little tiny itty bitty islands out in the ocean where the Japanese have left small contingencies of men that are basically just trying to track American ship and airplane movements and radioing it back to their intelligence. So they're triangulating where these guys are. They go in and destroy their outpost. Logan winds up going out on a couple of these missions, but all the outposts that he finds have already been abandoned, so they just destroy the equipment and head back to the ship. While that's going on, they celebrate Christmas of 1942 on the ship. They don't get any special food because the supply ship was sunk by an enemy submarine.
This is the worst.
Shortly after that, his convoy gets attacked by an enemy submarine, and he's on the deck watching the entire thing as the American Navy sinks this Japanese submarine, and this is like his defining, oh shit, this is for real moment. In his words, and I quote, for the first time I realized that I was on my way to kill or be killed.
Yes.
Shortly after this, they are informed that they're going to be partaking in the first major Allied offensive against the Japanese by making an amphibious landing on an island known as Guadalcanal. Logan is then individually notified / congratulated because he is receiving a battlefield commission, and he is now going to become a lieutenant. He's an officer now. He is then immediately informed that the platoon that he's taking charge of is going to be the first ones to land at Guadalcanal. Okay, just so we're on the same page, from his perspective, you have to appreciate this. He's basically just been told he's going to lead the first 30 men into combat on offense against the Japanese, and he got promoted to do it. So in the back of his head, he's got to be thinking like, okay, either A, they think I'm awesome. Probably not very likely considering I have no combat experience. B, I just got promoted to be a sacrificial lamb.
Yep.
Great.
But if he celebrated Christmas on a ship in 1942, he couldn't have. Shut up. I know what you're going to say. Just shut up. You're going to ruin the story. I'm going to address it. All right?
For those who don't know, that moment is the commentators, the comment section saying, oh, but you did this, you did that. How could he have done this? How could he have done that? That's the Fat Electrician section there, where he just he has the commenters as the moment.
All right, they make
keyboard warriors. That's why as you can see there, they have this whole thing here with the what the fuck is, I can't say it. But yeah, the bum moment. That's why I have a keyboard, and here the keyboard warriors there. That's what it is.
All right, they make it to Guadalcanal. They board the amphibious landing ships. Logan and his platoon are the first ones in the first ship. They're making their way towards the island. They're getting closer and closer and closer. And then the door on the Higgins boat drops. And like, this is it. This is the moment. Adrenaline's high. This is the moment he's supposed to run out of that Higgins boat onto the beach, engage the enemy in combat, and get revenge for Pearl Harbor. And that's exactly what he goes to do. He's the first one off that Higgins boat. As he runs, jumps off that door into the water, immediately sinks up to his neck in the ocean. Kate Wind immediately taken out of his sails. Cool guy moment, gone forever. And it is now turned into an oh shit moment as he desperately tries to run through the ocean to get to this beach as fast as he can, which obviously isn't very fast, but luckily they're not taking enemy gunfire or artillery or anything, so they all make it to the beach. He establishes a beachhead, gets all of his men accounted for, and then they kind of wait for some more people to make the landing on the beach, and then they push further inland. At this point, Logan and probably everybody else is thinking in their head like, okay, well, this was supposed to be a major battle. We're the first Americans to land to engage the enemy. Where are these guys? We know they're here. We're about to walk face first into an ambush. That's what's about to happen. Anxiety is very high. But hey, somebody's got to do it, so they go. They push further inland, waiting for this ambush.
And that's something that you see a lot in World War II stuff. Someone has to do it, so fuck it. I guess we're stuck doing it.
After a couple hundred yards, they find the enemy, or what's left of the enemy. There's dead guys and chunks of dead bad guys everywhere that's been left rotting out in the sun. There's supplies scattered all over the place. Anything that even slightly resembled a structure has been completely destroyed. Somebody has already been here and just laid waste to this entire thing. So they kind of just take up a holding position and wait for orders, and then, word comes down, they get everything figured out. Apparently the Marines have beat the army here by like 2 months.
Come, Gimli! We're gaining on them!
I'm wasted on cross-country. We dwarves are natural sprinters.
Sidebar, I love this part of the story because all I can think about is the TV show The Pacific, when the army shows up after the Marines have already been there, and the Marines show up and raid all the army supplies because they're starving. Also worth mentioning, his army unit was not the first army unit to make it to the island either, okay? The Marine Corps made it there on August 7th, 1942. The Army got there in October of 1942. He celebrated Christmas on his ship in 1942, then went out on some more search and destroy missions on different islands. His unit doesn't even get there till like April of 1943. The Guadalcanal campaign is declared a victory in February.
Missed it by that much.
Ken, I know what you're thinking. Why? Why would you tell the story that way if you knew this all along? Okay? Couple of reasons. Reason number one, it pisses off the keyboard warriors, and I love doing that. It's like my second favorite pastime after shitting on communism. And two, you have to realize this is a story from the first person perspective, which is an incredible way to learn history. Could I have just used the internet and the hindsight?
Oh yeah, you could use hindsight
to be like, yeah, he showed up to Guadalcanal 7 months after the Marines got there, and the battle.
I didn't play the one about Waffle House. You know what? That one might actually be more interesting. Let's go to that one. You know what? That's probably gonna be more interesting. I like the history ones, but this is probably gonna be more interesting. There you go. I probably did.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I actually debated on which channel I was gonna upload this video on, because on one hand, we're going over a business and the business model that it has, but on the other hand, this restaurant is basically the Roman Coliseum of the South, and I'm pretty sure if you eat there enough, you actually get a deployment pass from the U.S. military. Regardless, I wore my schnazziest tank top for the occasion. Today we're talking about Waffle House. Okay, just to be completely clear with everybody, I was pretty sure I was not going to get caught off guard because Waffle House is already absolutely crazy. I started looking into it and then found out that Waffle House is somehow connected to the Manhattan Project from World War II. So they managed to actually surprise me, and we're going to get to it right after a word from our sponsor. Yeah, babe, what's up?
Hey, we'll go to the store and get me a boombox so I can listen.
Leading up to World War Faulkner, this man gotten yet. So if you want to give Delete Me a try, there's going to be a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, Waffle House. The story begins with a gentleman by the name of Tom Faulkner. This man graduated from law school at 23 years old.
I didn't know it was connected to that
Manhattan
Manhattan
gets
Project.
drafted in 1940 in the days leading up to World War II. Because he graduated from college, he's presented with two different options. He can A, go straight into officer training, and that's a 3-year commitment, or he can just be a normal draftee and go in as an enlisted soldier, and that is a 1-year commitment. Now you gotta remember, at this point in time, like 1940, while World War II is currently going on, America's not involved yet. The attack on Pearl Harbor has not happened. And prior to the attack on Pearl Harbor, the American people did not want to go to war. Because of that,
Well, yeah, no one wanted to go to war.
We're not actually going off to war. I don't want to wait.
That, like, there was a huge anti-war sentiment. That's because it was like, that's Europe's war. That's not our war. The Nazis are never going to hit us. They're not going to do anything bad on us. That's like the Germans versus the Europeans. Let them fight their wars. Then Pearl Harbor happened. And then it became our war. And then we kicked ass. But it's not like the U.S. itself didn't win the war. But would the Allies have won the war eventually? I don't think so. If it wasn't for the U.S. and then, of course, Russia getting involved, the USSR getting involved in the Eastern Front. No. Because there was no Western Front until the U.S. came in. And because of the large amount of manpower we threw into it, there became a Western Front after Normandy. There was no Western Front. They had taken over most of Europe at that point. France had capitulated. Spain was in its, the fascist era. Italy was in its fascist era. Portugal, I don't know what the fuck Portugal was doing. But a lot of those places were destroyed. There really was very little in the way of a Western Front. After Normandy, the Western Front opened up, and it opened up big. And it was not only because of the U.S., because of course there was Britain in there, France. It's some of the freedom fighters of France, some of the underground fighters of France allowed those things to happen as well. We're not going to say, oh, it was all U.S. No, a lot of people, but the manpower that the U.S. threw into it was a big deciding factor in turning the tide of war. Honestly.
My time just being in the military, not actually, fighting a war or whatever. So he chooses to be a draftee. Goes into the military as an enlisted soldier, E1 private. From there, goes off to basic training. As soon as he gets through basic training, the attack on Pearl Harbor ends up happening. America enters the war. He immediately opts to go into OCS training and commits for 3 years. After he completes the officer training course, he actually gets slotted to be a counterintelligence officer, where he does, and I quote, a lot of top secret stuff.
You see, my identity must remain mysterious and my mission secret. I cannot reveal it to you.
You can actually tell in the interviews that he gave later on in his life, like in his 70s, 80s, and 90s, that he's still not sure what he is and what he isn't allowed to talk about. But he did end up telling us that basically it was his job to try to sneak onto military bases, not as military personnel. So he would basically disguise himself as like a painter or a carpenter or whatever and try to infiltrate a U.S. military base to expose weaknesses within the system to help counteract enemy spies. So he does that for a couple of years, and then one day he ends up getting orders like, hey, you're going to Knoxville, Tennessee. And he's like, okay.
Well, we're watching something on the Waffle House now, so you get to have some fun.
For what? And they're like, don't fucking worry about it, just show up. So he shows up in Tennessee and he's given...
Well, I mean, if you are counterintelligence, yeah, they're not going to tell you what the fuck's going to happen. It's like, you just show up. What are you going to do? Show up. That's all you got to do. Wait, you're going to sass me now? Pretty much is what's
those orders. And those
the way
orders,
they go.
I'm paraphrasing here, but they're essentially, hey, here's your partner. You two are going to hop in that truck, and you are going to drive it from Knoxville, Tennessee to Los Alamos, New Mexico. You guys are going to dress in plain clothes. You're not going to look at what's inside the truck. You're not going to talk about what's inside the truck. You're going to take this map and take that exact route. This route avoids every major city and every major highway. You are going to drive straight there 53 hours straight, taking turns sleeping in the passenger seat and not stopping for any reason whatsoever. And he does this for the next year and a half, pretty much nonstop. And then
that would definitely worry me. The don't look back there kind of makes you feel like, if I look back there, I'm dead. If I look back there, I'm not going to exist, and my whole bloodline will be destroyed. It'll be gone. And it's like, this is a specific one. Makes you think that they were maybe moving radioactive material. Either way, that's some scary stuff. You tell me, don't worry about what's in the back. See, if someone not in the military, someone not in intelligence, not in that side of things, tells me, drive this, don't worry about what's in the back, I'm immediately going to think it is something illegal. In this case, more than likely, top secret, either, more than likely, top secret enrichment material, either the material uranium or the actual machines to do it, more than likely.
Like 20, 30 years after the fact, he finds out.
So yeah, he found out later, but he didn't know immediately. If that makes any sense.
Straight there.
So yeah.
that he was actually hauling the majority of the enriched uranium for all of the nuclear testing and the.
Well, I mean, Jimmy Fallon's gonna have whoever Jimmy Fallon, whoever like because he's still, of course, depends on what the bigwigs want. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Which, as we all know, brings about the end of World War II, at which point he gets out of the military, moves back home to Atlanta, Georgia, starts helping his dad out with his real estate agency. Now, he does that for about 10 years, and during this time, he ends up selling the house right next door to his to another guy by the name of Joe Rogers, and they pretty much become best friends. Joe Rogers was also an Army veteran. He was actually a pilot that flew B-24s in World War II. When Joe got back home after the war, he did not want to go off to college, so he actually just took the first job that he was offered, being a short-order cook at a now defunct restaurant chain known as Toddle House. He worked his way up, becoming a restaurant manager, then eventually becoming a regional manager. And then one day, his neighbor and best friend, Tom Faulkner, real estate agent, always looking for the next investment, comes to him and is like, hey, I'm thinking about opening up my own restaurant. I can get the real estate deal going on that side. I just wanted to know, like, if I opened up and bought a franchise of Toddle House, would you be willing to run it for me? Now, at this point, it's like 1954, 1955. Joe Rogers has a ton of experience inside the restaurant industry, and he basically tells his best friend, like, hey, don't open a Toddle House. You should start your own thing. Toddle House's business model isn't that great. If you start your own restaurant, I will help you run it. He then goes off on vacation with his family, and by the time he comes back, Tom Faulkner has already bought the real estate and comes to Rogers and is like, cool, what's the business we're starting?
Yeah, McGregor's an asshole. McGregor's an absolute asshole. He is just a bad human being from what I've heard.
Where is Pancake's house? What? We stop at Pancake's house.
And within the span of like 6 months, the very first of what is now the legendary restaurant chain of Waffle House opens. And Waffle House is legendary, probably for all the wrong reasons. I mean, even if you've never been to a Waffle House, you've heard about Waffle House. Because, well, I mean, Kid Rock got in a fight there. You've got Haley Booth, the viral Waffle House cook, known as the last chairbender.
Yeah.
There's entire subreddits and YouTube channels almost exclusively dedicated to all the fights that break out at Waffle House.
Did you see her? She just toppled. Holy hell!
YouTube channels almost exclusively dedicated to all the fights that break out at Waffle House.
She didn't care. She was gonna throw that at her. She didn't care the consequences, and boy, the consequences find her fast. Holy hell! It found her real fast.
First time I went to a Waffle House, I stretched first. I grabbed a GoPro. I was ready.
Yeah, that does suck. That is horrible.
A world star.
That more than sucks. That's just fucking horrible.
Nothing exciting happened. I just had delicious breakfast at like 3 o'clock in the morning, which is probably 99% of people's experiences because despite all of the negative PR, Waffle House makes a ton of money and has an incredible business model. Okay, Waffle House had about $1.4 billion in revenue last year, which is about $650,000 per location. And when you take into consideration that each Waffle House is absolutely tiny, that's really impressive. Out of their 2,100 tiny Waffle House locations, their yearly stats are 58 million cups of coffee, 124 million waffles, 153 million servings of hash browns, 272 million eggs, which is about 2% of all the eggs consumed in the United States of America, and 85 million strips of bacon. Yes, I did the math. That is about 8,000 miles worth of bacon.
I worry what you just heard was, give me a lot of bacon and eggs. What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
So Waffle House is obviously doing something right. What exactly are they doing? Well, it all comes down to their business model and their branding. Now, with the Waffle House branding, all the negative PR about fights always breaking out of Waffle House, in a way, has actually helped them out a ton because Waffle House, by and large, is pretty much a regional chain. It's primarily down in the South. Yet, Waffle House has become a household name pretty much everywhere in America. You could have never even seen a Waffle House, and you already know Waffle House is open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, and they serve breakfast. Why do you know they serve breakfast? Because their name is fucking Waffle House. I mean, look at the sign. You're driving down the road, you see that, you know everything you need to know. They sell breakfast. The end. Do that with another breakfast place. If you're not from there and you don't know what a Denny's or a Perkins or an IHOP is, you have no idea. It's just a restaurant, maybe. Waffle House, they're selling waffles, which means there's like a 99% chance they sell other breakfast food. Fucking sold. I'm in. So already,
yeah, I'm in too.
Is absolutely incredible. But here's the true genius of it. Why did they call it Waffle House? Why didn't they call it Breakfast House or Bacon House or Hash Brown House? It's because waffles had the highest profit margin. I cannot stress to you enough how absolutely genius that is, right? Because you don't need to sell breakfast, all right? Everybody's already in on breakfast, okay? I could be blackout drunk at 4 in the morning, and you could ask me, hey, do you want breakfast? I'm coming up like the Undertaker every single time. And then you go, the only thing open right now is Waffle House, okay? I was already sold on breakfast from the get-go, but because Waffle House is where we're going, guess what I'm getting? A motherfucking waffle, and they're making more money. It makes sense that Tom Faulkner was a counterintelligence officer because the man literally said 2 words and has already subconsciously tricked you into ordering the most expensive thing on the menu that makes him the most money. So the branding of Waffle House is both simple and brilliant, and the rest of the business model matches that to a T. Okay, all Waffle Houses are like virtually identical. They're very small. They only seat like 30 people, and you can actually see the cook making you your food. Now, at a glance, you're just like, oh, they're just going for that like 1950s drive-through type of a vibe, which they are, but there's way more to it than that. Because the restaurant is so small, the kitchen never has the opportunity opportunity to get bogged down, meaning that they're moving tables very, very quickly. So instead of having one kitchen and 100 customers, you've got one kitchen and 30 customers, and you can just turn those tables over 3 times faster, which pretty much guarantees that every customer is going to get exactly what they wanted. Okay, they're not going in there for 5-star dining. They're going in there because they're hungry and they want breakfast, and now they're going to get breakfast.
I
really
so want to go to a Waffle House eventually.
It doesn't feel like a
I've never been.
restaurant where they have to wait in line to be seated. And I know what you're thinking. What if one Waffle House just reaches its maximum capacity, right? What if it's just completely full with a line out the door 24/7 every day of the year? Waffle House surely would build a bigger Waffle House, right?
Nope.
No. We're going to take the same parking lot, and right next to that first Waffle House, we're going to build a second fucking Waffle House, okay? The plan is working, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. Which is one of those things to be seated.
Okay.
And I know what you're thinking.
Okay.
What if one Waffle House just reaches
that threw me for a
maximum
loop.
capacity, right? What if it's just completely
me.
full with a line out the door 24/7?
That actually surprised me.
Waffle House surely would build a bigger Waffle House, right? No. We're going to take the same parking lot, and right next to that first Waffle House, we're going to build a second fucking Waffle House, okay? The plan is working, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. Which is
That's true. Well, I mean, like, damn, that Waffle House is full. Well, 5 feet over there, there's another Waffle House. That one's also full. Well, you know what? There's also that Waffle House over there, another 10 feet beyond there. Okay, let's go. I want a Waffle House? Hell, I'm going to get it.
Those things that seems dumb but is actually brilliant. So obviously speed is key to this business model, and they've done themselves a big favor with their menu because their menu is overwhelmingly simple, okay? It's literally one side of one piece of paper. Okay, the entire menu is comprised of like 10 things. They have waffles, sausage, bacon, ham, eggs, toast, biscuits, gravy, butter, and syrup. Guess how many flavors of syrup they have? 1. It's fucking syrup flavored syrup. The entire menu is simple, exactly how it's supposed to be.
I mean, it's supposed to be that way.
Browns too. Sorry, 11 things, not 10. Anyways, moving on. Another reason they do so good is they actually might be the best fast food chain when it comes to taking care of their employees. They pay them higher than average. They have super flexible schedules, and they're one of, if not the only fast food chain that actually offers all their employees healthcare and dental insurance. Okay,
Holy shit,
you're
that's
like, okay,
good.
but really, how good are they actually treating the Waffle House employees? I got the one stat that's everything you need to know, okay? Waffle House treats their employees so well that employees are willing to commute into a natural disaster to work at a different Waffle House when the occasion arises. Yeah, Waffle House is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they fucking mean it, okay? Whenever there's like a hurricane coming or some type of impending natural disaster, Waffle House organizes what they call a jump team, a bunch of Waffle House employees from a different region that's going to be unaffected because they know that their local employees are going to be busy taking care of their own family and their own houses during a hurricane. So they bring in teams from outside the region to work inside of a natural fucking disaster, and they're willing to do it.
I never said thank you.
And you'll never have to.
Okay, McDonald's can barely get their employees to show up on a good day, and Waffle House has employees.
It's true. Like McDonald's, you're like fucking McDonald's. Yeah, I'm not gonna go. I'm feeling a little down under the weather. I farted too much. Whatever. I ain't gonna go. You deal with that shit yourself. But Waffle House, man, I'll go to war for you. I guess in this case, they'll go to literal hell for them, and that's kind of cool though. I mean, let the people who are in the disaster deal with the family stuff, and people who aren't affected by it, they go in and they take over, not over everything, but at the very least for the days or whatever that they're needed, they will take over the situation and actually, you know, give them time to do what they need to do.
Volunteering to commute into a fucking hurricane to make breakfast. And this is the most impressive part of the business because Waffle House has the best logistics and preparedness of any company I've ever seen ever. The only entity that beats them in logistical capacity is the United States military. Waffle House is literally ready for absolutely anything. Every single Waffle House has the playbook inside of it that details exactly how the staff is supposed to handle literally any type of emergency or situation that could possibly arise. And if for some reason the situation comes across that isn't in that playbook, after it happens, they immediately add it to the playbook. It covers tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, a hole in the roof from a branch falling, a car driving into the restaurant. You can drive a car into Waffle House and they're still planning on staying open. The playbook even has detailed plans for every type of disaster for what the local employees, while they're not working, should go home and do to
like look, I've lived in Los Angeles most of my life. My parents still live there. They seem more prepared for natural disasters than, as we saw during the recent fires, than Los Angeles was or California is. They weren't prepared. Like I said, probably the military is the second most prepared one after that. Holy hell, I'd like to get my hands on one of those playbooks just to see what the heck is going on there. What exactly they need to do. I guess if they say like managers need to do this, employees do this, you know, get this closed up, call this company, do this, do that. Everything is just set up. They probably even have a crisis hotline more than likely you can call. That is insane levels of prepared.
sure that their house and their family are safe as well. Every single Waffle House has a backup generator. The stovetop, it runs on propane, and they have a bunch of extra propane tanks on hand. Flashlights, candles, batteries, backup water. They have a special menu of what they're able to serve when the water is out and they're running on reserve water. When a Waffle House location is going to be in a disaster area, that Waffle House stocks up on extra food, and then all of the neighboring locations in the unaffected area also stock up and stage food there to get them more food when they need it. If Waffle House is a standing structure, those motherfuckers are serving breakfast come hell or high water.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving!
Waffle House is so good at this that FEMA uses them to gauge how bad natural disasters really are. Yes, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, literally uses the Waffle House Index to gauge how bad a disaster is. Okay, green, Waffle House is running as normal. Yellow, Waffle House is using the backup generator or having to use an altered menu. Red, Waffle House is closed. People are probably already fucking dead by that point. Waffle House is literally the Terminator of the fast food industry, okay? The fact that the federal government, probably the most powerful entity on the planet, maybe ever, looks at a chain of restaurants and is like, man, if Waffle House is closed, we need to mobilize the National Guard is fucking crazy. Now, maybe you guys are thinking the same thing I was at this point in my research, and I'm like, man, I need to invest in this company. I need to see if I can open up my own Waffle House franchise. This company's awesome. And this is where the bad news comes in. I mean, technically you can franchise a Waffle House, but most of us probably can't. The company is privately owned. It's not on the stock market. It's still owned by the families of the original two founders. And while they do allow franchises, they are super picky about who they let buy in to have a franchise, and they make it very, very expensive to buy in to make sure this is actually what you want. And while that is unfortunate, I think it's actually kind of awesome. It's a company that actually has morals and cares about their image more than they care about next quarter's profits, okay? It's a company that has committed themselves to making breakfast under any circumstances, and they're gonna see that through till the very end, even though they could probably make way more money by just selling franchises and letting whoever the fuck throw up a Waffle House. And now for the fairy tale ending, Joe and Tom worked together as best friends for 62 years to build Waffle House into what it is today. They both passed away at the ages of 97 and 98, and now Waffle House and their legacy lives on as that company is still being operated by their kids, and that is the American dream. Get together with one of your best friends, pick a goal, even if it's something as simple as serving breakfast to people, and never let anything get in between you and achieving your goal, even hurricanes and floods and natural disasters.
Holy hell.
Work with your best buddy for 62 years straight and then die together and hand it off to your kids. In conclusion, Waffle House is the most American company ever, and that's why I love it. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch.
Now, the next options of what we can watch is either Subway or gonorrhea. I think I know what I'm gonna watch. The two options are either Subway or gonorrhea. I don't think I want to watch gonorrhea right now. I think I want to be able to keep my hunger going. I think we'll watch some Subway. I think we'll take a look at Subway instead.
You know it's gonna be good when I have to call my lawyer before I post the video. Today we're talking about Subway. Why? Because I went there for like the first time in 10 years the other day, and they asked me for a tip at checkout, which annoyed me. So then I looked.
Oh, that annoyed the hell out of me. That would annoy the hell out of me too. I'm glad I'm watching this one. And they even had to get a lawyer involved.
Into it, and then I found out that you can get hepatitis from a sandwich. I'm not exaggerating. That actually happened, and it's like the tip of the iceberg. And to be honest with you, this is also the part where my lawyer explicitly told me to insert a disclaimer in this video. So
what? You can get hepatitis? It's probably infected water. Probably infected water.
Here's Jake the lawyer, aka the Internet Esquire.
Okay, here's the deal, Subway Group, now wholly owned by affiliates of Rourke Capital and formerly known as Pizza Super Submarine Sandwiches. My client, the Mr. Fat Electrician, is providing in this video true or substantially true information derived from reasonably reliable and publicly available material. There are no known falsehoods made, and any analysis of the material presented is made solely for the purposes of news reporting, protected commentary, or new understandings. In no way is this video or the things said by my client in this video in any medium now known or hereafter devised throughout the universe and in perpetuity in any way a sponsorship or endorsement of Subway Group. And any so-called conclusions drawn by my client as a result of the material are that of opinion, satire, or are otherwise accurate depictions preserved in their full context when not otherwise artistically interpreted for the purposes of valuable public
Oh, yeah, I did see that. That's Ruin Chapter 5 released today. I did see that.
The presentation of the materials presented in this audiovisual format, and with God as our witness, pray that no binding
The options!
Video. I'm Jake the lawyer, signing off.
All right, in case you can't tell, this video is going to be unhinged, so let's just get the ad out of the way now, and then we can...
Like, I'm glad I chose this. Look, be glad that I chose this and not gonorrhea. That is quite a statement to say. But let me show you. I think everyone would much rather watch something on Subway instead of watching something on gonorrhea. Which one is more appetizing? Even with the bad stuff that happens in Subway, I would say Subway is more appetizing than gonorrhea. That's just me though.
I was in college, I pretty much exclusively survived off of Subway and protein shakes. And this is back in the day when that Jared from Subway guy that lost a bunch of weight was still in every other TV commercial and plastered all over billboards all over the country, and footlongs were $5. So when I went into Subway the other day for the first time in like 10 years, I was expecting the price, probably went up a little bit. Inflation, everything going on, it's probably not $5 anymore. That's fine. I go in, I have my sandwich made, I get to checkout. My sandwich was like $19. They
said market price.
So right out of the gate, there's some sticker shock, but immediately I'm looking for silver linings. I'm like, okay, Subway's probably one of these companies that has like a pretty high minimum wage for their workers, and that's what's going to justify the price of the sandwich. It's actually going to the worker. That, you know what, that's fine. And then the cashier does the classic swivel the fucking tablet around, asking me how much money I want to leave for a tip.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
Immediately, I cave to societal pressure because I don't want this young lady to think I'm an asshole, so I leave a tip, I grab my sandwich, I go eat my sandwich. While I'm eating the sandwich, I'm just stewing. Like, I don't think I should have to tip the people that work at Subway. Not because I don't think, you know, they provide a service, they did a good job, or, you know, they deserve to make more money. They do, that's fine. But the company should be paying them more fucking money.
Exactly.
I just paid 300% more money for my sandwich. Pay your employees more money. I understand Subway's a restaurant and, like, you tip people that work at restaurants, but it's not like I sat down, a waiter came out, took my drink order.
Yeah, no. There's no, well, they're technically a service because they're making it, but it's different. There's no waitressing. There's no, hey, may I refill? Do you want to refill your water? There is no like table service. That is where I would pay the tip. I have never paid a tip at fast food. Never have. Because I didn't before. Not before this bullshit stuff that happened. I didn't pay for a tip before. I ain't gonna pay it now. Because Subway or McDonald's or whatever wants to pay you less. Fuck you.
Brought me my food. There was no service involved, okay? I stood there and told you how to make the fucking sandwich. I was the project manager on this sandwich, okay? As far as I'm concerned, I'm part of the team.
Part of the crew, part of the ship. Part of the crew, part of the ship.
At this point, I become convinced at some point in the past 10 years, all the big wigs at Subway got together in their headquarters in some secret underground layer underneath the volcano or wherever Subway's headquarters is, and they had a meeting, and in that meeting, they were like, okay, guys, we need to pay our employees more money. Option A, we can raise the price of the sandwich 300% and pay our employees more money. Option B, we can raise the price of the sandwich 300% and then we can add a tip screen. That way, when the employees are mad they're not making enough money, we shift the blame from us to the customers. Okay, I'm sorry, you don't get to charge me 4 times as much for a sandwich and then also try to paint me as an asshole to the high schooler behind the cash register. It's not gonna happen. So now I gotta know everything. I start digging into Subway.
What is... Grab a shovel.
So once upon a time, 1965, there's a 17-year-old kid named Fred DeLuca, and he wants to go off to medical school, but he doesn't have enough money to pay for it. So he's like, hey, my family has this rich friend. He's a nuclear physicist. He's got all kinds of money. I'm going to go to him and ask for his advice, probably secretly hoping that the guy's just going to offer to pay for my college. To his surprise, instead, nuclear physicist guy is like, I'm not going to pay for your college, but I will give you $1,000 to start a sandwich shop, and me and you can go into business together, and then you can use the money from the sandwich shop to pay for medical school. And $1,000 in 1965 is like 20 grand today, so not an insignificant amount of money. So they open up Pete's Submarines, which is the original name for Subway, and for the first couple of years, they don't really make any money, and a humongous problem they have is people keep calling to order pizza. Because apparently Fred DeLuca in all the radio advertisements has a thick New York accent, so when he says Pete's Submarines, what people hear is Pizza Marines. So rather than learning how to say Pete's Submarines, he's like, fuck it, we're just gonna rename the restaurant Subway. From here, they start like breaking even, they're making a little bit of money, but like it's nothing to write home about. He's not gonna be able to go to medical school anytime soon, and he's like, okay, hear me out, I've got an idea. We're not really making any money with the submarine shop. What if we double down and open a second submarine shop?
Dream big. Right?
Basically, he uses reverse psychology into tricking people to come in to eat these sandwiches because when he opens up a second location, people are like, oh my God, they're opening up second locations. They're expanding. They must be delicious. And he starts getting more business. Some of the best advice I've ever heard in my entire life when I was in the military was fake it till you make it. And that's exactly what they're doing here. And it works.
No, that's a straight up fake it till you make it.
This is going to be their downfall. But at the time, it makes sense. Fred identifies, hey, rapid expansion is what's making money. We're going to keep rapidly expanding. More locations, more money, more market dominance. Makes sense. So they start opening up Subways everywhere. And then they start franchising, which is, you know, basically, hey, you can use my branding. You can use all my vendors. I'll show you how to do this job. You pay me a bunch of money to open up a Subway, and then you give me like a percentage of your cut, and then they just start opening up franchises all over the United States. And this is actually brilliant for Subway because Subway has a ton of advantages when it comes to franchising. Because Subway, they're just making sandwiches. They don't need deep fryers. They don't need a big cooktop. They don't need all the stuff that other restaurants need. They don't need a ton of special equipment. There's not a bunch of special training. Everybody on the planet knows how to make a sandwich. So the overhead to open up a new restaurant is extremely low. The amount of training you have to give employees is extremely low, and the amount of space that you actually need to have a functioning Subway is also extremely low because again, they don't have ovens and deep fryers and all that other shit. Which also means that it's really cheap to start a Subway because there's not a lot of overhead. So you could open up a Subway for like $150,000 to $200,000, where competitors like McDonald's are like $2 million to open up a McDonald's. And this is where Subway's fixation with hyper expansion starts to bite them in the ass because again, that's all they care about, just more Subways. More Subways is the answer. More Subways equals more money. Typically with a franchise, the franchising company like Subway or McDonald's is committed to making sure that their franchisees, aka their restaurant locations and their owners, are successful. There's a lot of ways that they do this, and one of the big ones is typically having territories. So like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's will look at a city and be like, okay, this city has one McDonald's, it's big enough for 2 McDonald's, but we're gonna stick it on the other end of town so both of these franchises can be successful. Subway, on the other hand, doesn't appear to give a shit because remember, all they care about is having more
Subway was
Subways.
fucking at every corner. It's like a fucking
money, so they don't care how close they get put together.
Starbucks
and Subways across the street from Subways all over America. I'm not exaggerating. In my small town in Iowa, there's 3 Subways and 2 of them are in the same parking lot. One of them is in Walmart and the other one one is like 200 yards outside the front doors of Walmart as a standalone Subway. So obviously they start cannibalizing each other's profits. They're literally competing with themselves. And that's not even the worst part. The overall franchise agreement, I've looked into a lot of restaurants to have franchising. This is the worst one by far. I would be shocked if it's not the worst one on the planet. Not only if you open up a Subway, will they let somebody else open up another Subway right across the street and cannibalize a lot of your profits, they also have like the highest franchise fee that I've ever come across at 12.5%. And a franchise fee is taken from gross revenue, not gross profit, meaning before you even take out all the costs of running this business, Subway's taking 12.5% right off the top. To put it into perspective, McDonald's franchise fee is 8%. So Subway's is 50% higher for a much simpler business. And that's not even the worst part. In the Subway franchise agreement, well, in every franchise agreement, really, there's, you know, terms where you can revoke somebody's franchise. Basically, like if a McDonald's or a Chick-fil-A isn't living up to the McDonald's or Chick-fil-A name, they can take away the name so you're no longer a McDonald's or a Chick-fil-A, so you don't ruin their reputation across the entire country. And Subway has the same thing. That's fine, but theirs is intentionally broad, and they can basically take your location from you for a wide variety of reasons, and they've been taken to court multiple times, being accused of nitpicking minor stuff to take over very profitable locations. Including in 2005 when they seized 2 Subways in Dallas, Texas from a lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserve who was actively on deployment in fucking Afghanistan. Now, to be fair, I don't know what their justification was for why they seized the locations, but considering the fact that in 2009, Subway lost the court case to said lieutenant colonel because they deemed it illegal, I'm gonna say they weren't fucking good enough. But hypothetically, just for fun, let's just say they were good reasons. Subway corporate identifies 2 restaurants in Dallas, Texas that aren't living up to the Subway standard, and they're like, what's going on here? What should we do? Oh, the owner's on deployment in fucking Afghanistan and isn't there to run it appropriately. Should we A, step in and help during the most stressful time of their entire life, presumably? Or should we B, repo their businesses, take their family's livelihood, so that while they're also fighting a war, they can deal about their family back home and losing their business? Huge W for corporate Subway. Makes them look great.
Horrible.
I'm sorry, I'm getting horrifically sidetracked, but you guys get it. The franchise agreement.
That is a horrible PR move. You don't fuck over soldiers from your country. You don't do that. You never do that. That is an easy way to fuck over your PR. People may not like their militaries. People may not like the generals, presidents, leadership, etc. that are sending their militaries to places. But they're soldiers themselves. They understand 90% of them are just doing what they're told. Some of them love it, but most of them are just doing what they're told. They want to go home to their family. They want to be able to have a good life with their family. They don't really care about the politics of anything. And, you know, they just want to get home eventually. In those cases, you fuck over a service member, you're going to have a lot of people, not even just people in the military, you're going to have a lot of people pissed off at you.
Agreement is complete and utter bullshit and has been for the majority, if not the entire time Subway's been in business. Back to the timeline, in the 1980s and the 1990s, Subway is growing like crazy, and then in 1999, they have their first major scandal when 32 people in Seattle got hepatitis from 2...
What the hell? Holy hell. 32, I thought it was just one. I thought it was just one person. Infected water? Because hepatitis is like, it is well, bloodborne. I think it's also fecal matter as well. Yeah, I think it was, well, I mean, you can't give blood after you got hepatitis, of course. How, though? Hepatitis A? What the fuck? Liver working, okay. Outbreak in North Seattle Subway sandwich shops? What the fuck?
Different Subway locations for eating a sandwich. One of which was a 6-year-old boy who went into acute liver failure and had to get a liver transplant.
I didn't understand what you said. Could you put that in layman terms for me?
I'll be honest, didn't even know you could get hepatitis from a sandwich, but a new fear has just been unlocked for me, and I think we can all agree that, you know, the healthy, fresh option giving you hepatitis isn't a great look for Subway. So now Subway's hurting. They need a new PR campaign to turn this entire thing around, and in 2000, 1 year later, they find it in a college student that had lost like 250 pounds, supposedly only eating Subway, Jared Fogle. He starts filming commercials talking about how much weight he lost only eating Subway. He's bringing up his old pants, and now he can fit in like one leg of the pants, showing off how much weight.
Yeah, I remember those. And then, hell, we know what happened to Jared.
He lost. He's in jail now. Marketing success. Legitimately one of the most iconic and successful marketing campaigns of all time. Everybody knows Jared from Subway. He becomes the face of the company. It's so successful that Subway corporate said between 2000 and 2011, they credit Jared's ad campaign with 1/3 to 1/2 of their growth during that time. Damn. And during that time, they tripled in size. So you can't really argue with the results of this ad campaign. However, it's not something I would ever advise having somebody off the street become the national spokesperson for your humongous company. Why? Because if they do some crazy shit, it's going to make the entire company look bad. And this is why most huge companies have a fictional character as their mascot. You've got Ronald McDonald, Burger King, the Michelin Tire Man, Tony the Tiger. They're cartoons. They're safe. They're never going to get pulled over for a DUI while they have a pile of blow and a hooker in the back seat. Like, that's the idea. And I'm sure you all know what I'm getting at, because in 2015, Jared Fogle ends up getting arrested and sent to federal prison for 15 years for, and I quote, illicit sexual conduct with a minor and having a bunch of illicit child material on his computer. Okay, unpopular opinion, 15 years, not enough. Okay, there's nothing funny about this, but the amount of just tragic irony and foreshadowing that the college student that got famous for fitting into a smaller pair of pants ultimately gets put in federal prison for trying to get in little kids' pants is horrific. Now that happened
It is
in 2015.
horrific.
Luckily for Subway,
I was waiting to say what he was going to say.
As their head of marketing.
I was waiting to say what he was going to say. I know it's not electrician enough that he's very logical in his explanation. I was waiting. Luckily, he got the proper response. It is horrible. It's very horrible.
Since 2008, when they came out with the $5 footlong. Again, I'm not saying a lot of positive stuff about Subway, but their marketing team is on point, because the $5 footlong also is one of the most iconic marketing campaigns of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know the $5 footlong jingle. $5 footlong. The only jingle that's ever been made that's better than that is J.G. Wentworth, and I don't even know what the fuck J.G. Wentworth does, but I will know his song till the day I die. So the Subway $5 footlong absolutely dominates.
J.G. Wentworth song. I don't even know what the fuck they do either. They're probably still around. But the jgwentworth.com thing, holy hell, man. Oh, that was good. I think it was loans. I think they gave loans. I think it's what
2008, right when, the housing market crashed, the economy's in the tank, you could go and buy a footlong sandwich for $5. People loved it. Well, most people loved it. Pretty much everybody loved it except for the franchise owners, because...
it's like the Little Caesars $5 large pizza. I think it is. It's single topping, one topping pizza.
The franchise owners were like making little to no money. Some of the sandwiches they were even losing money on at the $5 price point. But they have to do it because Subway can set the prices, and if they can't set the prices, they can at least advertise the fuck out of it so everybody that comes into your Subway expects a $5 footlong, and then once you've already made it and they're mad that it's not $5, what are you gonna do? Throw it away? You're gonna sell it for $5 and save what money you can. I know what you're thinking. Why would Subway be willing to make a $5 footlong if they're not making money on it? Oh, that's simple, because Subway corporate doesn't give a fuck about its franchise owners. At least that's what it would appear to be, right? They're screwing them over left and right, and Subway takes 12.5% of their gross revenue, meaning not profit, so they're taking 12.5% of that $5, even if it costs them $6 to make it. Subway corporate is still getting paid. Fuck the franchise owner. And this is kind of the peak and then the downward slide of Subway, because the controversies just keep coming after this. First, they get busted because the footlongs aren't actually a foot long. People are walking in with tape measures, measuring them. They're 10 inches, 11 inches, not 12 inches. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of defend Subway on this one because this is a stupid complaint. It's the same amount of dough. They just didn't stretch it out enough before they put it in the oven. It's the same amount of bread, the same amount of calories. You're getting what you paid for. And that's really all Subway had to say. It was like, hey, sorry, the employee didn't stretch the dough out long enough before he stuck it in the oven, but all the bread is still there. And everybody would have been like, oh, that makes sense. That's cool. Do you think that's what Subway did? No. Absolutely not. Instead, they released an official statement on their Facebook that says, and I quote, with regards to the size of the bread and calling it a footlong, Subway footlong is a registered trademark as a descriptive name for the sub sold in Subway restaurants and not intended to be a measurement of length. Translation, just because we call it a footlong doesn't mean you can expect it to be a foot long. That's just what we call it, you fucking idiot. Yeah, that Facebook post went about as well as you'd expect. They ended up taking it down. The balls to be like,
well, yeah, that was, see, corporate is never, ever, well, I can't say never, but rarely is corporate smart when it comes to this. You pay people for PR. Big corporate, you expect people to pay people for PR. Now, whether the people you paid for PR are good at their job, that's a whole different matter. In this case, PR people were not good at their job. They were, good enough at trying to skirt responsibility, but they weren't great at their job. Let's just put it that way.
Call it a footlong sub because we call it a footlong sub, not because it's 12 inches long, and if you interpret it as that way, you're dumb, is insane. To be fair, though, a 2x4 hasn't been a 2x4 since like 1960, and nobody seems to...
Yeah, 2x4 has not been... It's like 1.5... At this point, it's like 1.5 by 3? At this point, something like that.
Care. Probably because the lumber companies don't scoff and look at you like you're a moron if you expect a 2x4 to be 2x4, but whatever. So then Subway loses their damn mind. They think they have trademarked the phrase footlong in regards to sandwiches, even though a footlong to them doesn't mean 12 inches, which ultimately leads them to suing Casey's gas station, which I've done a video on. My favorite pizza on the planet is Casey's gas station pizza. They file a lawsuit against Casey's because Casey's also makes sub sandwiches, and their 12-inch long sandwich they call a footlong. So Subway tries to sue them for trademark infringement on a fucking measurement. A measurement that they don't even abide by. Do you understand how fucking insane that is? That'd be like if I opened up a milk company and I sold...
And again, like I said, these people are fucking stupid. They do not know how to keep their foot out of their mouths. Hello, Yummy. Doing well, doing well. Yeah, doing the fat electrician. I haven't done this in like ages. Subway just kept screwing themselves over again and again and again and again. The PR is horrible. A lot of big companies don't care about the PR because, like, if they can protect their brand, their trademark, whatever, they're gonna get money from that anyways. And then, you know, a lot of times when you get the trademark things, you can get attorney's fees out of it, etc. But holy crap, you really are not gonna get. You're not gonna get a lot of neither good publicity or goodwill. At all.
Quote, gallons of milk, and I trademarked the phrase gallon of milk, and then I only sold you 3 quarts of milk, and then I turned around and sued the motherfucker actually selling you a gallon of milk. It's insanity. Obviously, they lost this fucking lawsuit because duh. So Subway's on its down slump, and then they just lose all credibility.
Watching Brandon think they're friends with this guy. I think so.
As being healthy in the coming scandals. Buh! What do you mean it's not healthy? Jared lost 250 pounds doing it. Buh! Okay, Jared lost a bunch of weight because he was eating 2 6-inch subs a day and they were mostly vegetables. He was eating like 1,200 calories. You can eat 1,200 calories of literally fucking anything and you're gonna lose weight. If you eat 1,200 calories of Slim Jims and M&Ms, you're gonna lose weight, especially if you're doing a bunch of cardio chasing children at a playground like that sick pervert. In 2017, CBS, the news network.
Okay, he just meant something sick into something. I'm sorry. I feel bad for laughing at that. But I mean, too soon? I don't know. Jeff, it's been like 11 years since the guy went to jail. Too soon? I have no clue. But that just made me laugh. That made me chuckle. That made me chuckle. Dude was running. I'm not going to repeat what he said, but that did make me chuckle. That did make me chuckle a bit. I feel bad for that, and I'm sorry to the pygmy hippos, to Mudang, and all those people. I'm sorry.
Decided they were going to conduct a little study on Subway chicken. They went, they bought a sandwich, they took the chicken, took it to a lab, and found out that the chicken that Subway sells is anywhere from 42% to 53% chicken. What the fuck is the rest of it? Wait, let me guess. You trademarked the term chicken breast, and now if anybody assumes that a chicken breast is made out of chicken, we're obviously fucking stupid. Is that what it is? Thankfully, no, they learned their lesson. They did not go that route again. What they did was they're like, okay, we're fucking up. We're gonna make sure that the chicken is actually 100% chicken. No, I'm just kidding. They turned around and tried to sue CBS for malicious news and took them to court, and they lost again. Because as it turns out, it's not illegal to tell the truth.
There is no way. It's not. In many jurisdictions, it's what's called anti-slap laws. The anti-slap laws, I don't know exactly what it stands for, but it is protecting anyone like myself that does commentary, that is doing parody, commentary, news, any of that kind of stuff. It is meant to protect journalists and other people who report what we see and report the information that we have, at least the information that we have at the moment, and give our opinion on it. It protects us from litigious people, from just baseless lawsuits that are just there to try to take money and try to drown the person that they're trying to go against in the a court case. It is a strategic lawsuit against public participation. That is what it is against. And many states in the Union of the United States have laws against that because they know large corporations will do that. They will do what they can in order to make sure that you will suffer. I returned to Rivals, haven't played since 1.5. I know you played. I don't know if you still do. I do play it occasionally. Today I'm not playing anything because my internet is too fucking slow for that today. Thanks to my ISP, it is running at like, usually I'll have maybe 20, 22 megabits per second or so. I'm going to be doing my push-ups right now. Now I have 3 to 4. The bitrate that you have right now is way lower than I usually do because I only have 3 to 4 megabits per second to work with. So I don't want it, like I think yesterday it was, last night, it was off and on and off and on and off and on. It didn't work well. So now I'm like, well, I have it much lower just in case, so it'll work somewhat. Let me just do my push-ups. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So yeah, I have played. I do like it. I like the 18v18. It's kind of fun. But I'm stuck in gold forever.
In hell, that I'm going to say. Oh, I'm really worried I'm going to say it.
Then in 2020 in Ireland was instituting a new tax where they were going to, have to tax more on food made in restaurants, and Subway came to the table and they argued, well, Ireland has certain staple foods that you can't increase taxes on, and one of those staple foods is bread, and we make all of our bread fresh in our restaurants. We should be exempt from this tax. Okay, not a big fan of Subway right now, I'll admit it, I'll be up front. However, that's a reasonable point, and Ireland agrees. And Ireland is like, okay, we hear you. Send some bread off to the lab, and we'll take a look at it. They send the bread off to the lab, and the Irish Supreme Court comes back and says, there's so much fucking sugar in this bread, you're not legally allowed to call this bread in the country of Ireland. You have to classify this as cake. You're selling cake sandwiches. And all of this just keeps coming out one after another after another. It's promoted by a pedophile. The franchises aren't making money. The foot-long sandwiches are only 10 inches long and they're not bread. They're made out of cake. Half the chicken inside the chicken isn't even fucking chicken. Obviously, it leads to the public perception that Subway isn't that fucking healthy. And while all this is going on, they get rid of the $5 footlong and jack the fucking prices through the roof and then add a tip screen at checkout. Needless to say, Subway's in the fucking tank. They've closed down 7,600 locations since 2015.
Damn.
And they're closing down hundreds, if not thousands of locations every single year. And they are on a humongous decline. And this entire thing is just a textbook example of shitty leadership ruining an A-grade idea because a Subway franchise was a golden...
Silver 2, nice. Yeah, I'd be down when I get the chance to play any of this stuff again. I'd be down.
idea, a brilliant idea. Super cheap to start up, didn't need any specialized equipment. Everybody that knows how to breathe and chew bubble gum can learn how to make a sandwich in like 5 seconds. It was so easy to make a ton of money. But instead, Subway corporate was like, we're gonna make as much money as possible and fuck over all the franchisees, even though they're on our team. All they had to do was be like, hey, we're gonna structure this in a way so that the franchisees are winning, then we're gonna win, and everybody's gonna fucking win. But no, they took the easy way out to make as much money as they could, as fast as they could, and they didn't give a shit about anybody else, and it tanked the entire company. They ended up selling to Rourke Capital in 2024, which owns Jimmy John's and Arby's and a bunch of other restaurants, so hopefully a lot of this bad leadership stuff is gone already, or if not, it's getting phased out. Also, I've talked an outrageous amount of shit in this entire video, so I want to take a minute and just be like, hey, I understand if you're mad at Subway right now too. I am as well. However, your local Subway branch probably isn't owned by Big Subway. It's probably owned by somebody in your community that's just trying to make a living making sandwiches, and don't take it out on them. It's not their fault, and they're probably a lot more mad at corporate Subway than we are. Trust me. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the
It's very true. With the shittiness that Subway had, when corporate is as shitty as they were, and well, in this case, yeah, it is literally a small mom and pop shop that is trying to do Subway sandwiches while getting fucked over. Yeah, don't never take it out. Never take it out on the franchise unless you have bad experience. Then yes, you can take it out on the franchise if you have a bad experience. Don't do anything violent. Don't do anything like that. Of course, always you have to make sure to say that, because some people, oh boy, some fucking people, holy moly, they will be violent. All 3 roles, Tank, Magneto, DPS, Psylocke, nice.
There's absolutely nothing I can do without falling into a rabbit hole. I quit eating hot sauce like 10 years ago, went and bought a bottle of my old favorite hot sauce, and it tastes different, and now I'm reading appeals from the 2nd Appellate Court District of California. Today we're talking about sriracha, okay? Like 10 years ago, it used to be my favorite hot sauce, and then one day there was some huge shortage of sriracha. Nobody could get it. There was like a drought or a lawsuit or something, and the only place you could find it was on eBay for like $300 a bottle. It was insane. So like a normal person, I switched to a different product and haven't really looked back since, and then 3 days ago, I got a wild hair up my ass for whatever reason that I wanted some sriracha. The drought or whatever was causing it to be messed up 10 years ago is probably over, and I could probably just go to the store and buy a bottle of sriracha, so that's what I did. So I go, I find it on the shelf, I find what I know to be sriracha, you know, the green little cap with the squeezy bottle with the chicken on it, and then right next to it is like 5 other bottles of hot sauce that are all claiming to also be sriracha.
But I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Okay, that's weird. Usually, like knockoffs, you're allowed to knock off a product, but you have to like call it something different. You can't just be like, I'm gonna make a knockoff of Coca-Cola and call it Coca-Cola. You're gonna get sued into oblivion. Why is the term sriracha not trademarked? But you know what? Doesn't matter, because I know what the real sriracha is. So I grab a bottle of cock sauce, I go, I check out, I take it home, I eat the sriracha. This is not sriracha. I don't know what it is. Doesn't taste the same. Okay, it's been 10 years.
That is quite a statement. That is quite a statement. He goes and grabs his sea sauce. That is, well, it's because it has a rooster on it, god damn it. That's why. But boy, is that a statement to make. But yeah, sriracha is not the same as it was before. It absolutely isn't. They're not using the same peppers from the same farm anymore. And that is why apparently things taste a bit different.
Could my taste buds have changed? No, I'm fat, and
all right,
never forgets.
Take care, Fat William. Thank you for being here.
Shit's not sriracha. Okay, something's gone horribly wrong, and I need to figure out what it is. My initial thought was, okay, over the course of the past 10 years, some investment firm, some venture capitalist group bought out sriracha, added a bunch of preservatives, changed the recipe, made it worse so they could improve profit margins and make a bunch of money, and ruined a perfectly good product. Per usual, that's probably what happened. Then I look into it. I was wrong. It's way worse. Let's just get to the ad. I'm upset. Gonna take it from the top. Our story begins in 1975. The communists take over Vietnam. Living inside of Vietnam at this point in time is a 30-year-old man of Chinese Chinese descent by the name of David Tran. And as far as I can tell, David Tran is just a normal dude that has a hobby of making hot sauce in his free time. Okay, ethnically, he's Chinese, but he was born in Vietnam. He spent his entire life in Vietnam. He's Vietnamese by all accounts,
yes.
okay? But the communist government, over the course of the next couple of years, starts adopting anti-Chinese policies, and eventually he is forced to flee his home country of Vietnam and board a ship with 3,000 other Vietnamese people of Chinese descent, and that ship's name is the haivng. Now, the haivng is supposed to be taking all these people to Hong Kong so they can be refugees, but Hong Kong at this point in time is being run by the British, and the British are like, no, we're not fucking taking you. So they're stuck out on this ship for over a month, not knowing where they're gonna go, and finally America steps in and is like, it's fine, bring them here, we'll take everybody in as refugees. So now David Tran, at 33 years old, finds himself in California, doesn't speak English well, if at all. He's here through absolutely no fault of his own, and he's got to figure out how to make a living, and the only thing he's got is hot sauce. He doesn't need to speak English, he doesn't need to have technical skills, because everybody appreciates a good hot sauce. If he can make it and sell it, that's going to be how he makes his living. So that's what he does. He starts making his hot sauce, and he's literally refilling old baby food jars with a spoon and funnel with this homemade hot sauce, and then hand delivering it on a bicycle to restaurants and anybody else that'll buy it. And the dude is just working his ass off doing this. He's working 18 hours a day.
That is some good spirit right
one
there.
Of his kids tells later in life that when they were a baby, he would work for 18 hours a day making this hot sauce, and he would have all the, juices and everything all over his arms, and he wasn't even able to hold his kids when they were babies because he smelled so much like pepper and hot sauce it would make the kids cry. Like, it's impossible not to love and respect this guy. Like, dude is just forced into the worst situation imaginable, has to move to a foreign land where he doesn't speak the language, and just works his ass off and does everything he can to provide for his family. And it works. His hot sauce becomes like a cult thing in LA, and by 1980, he buys a 5,000 square foot warehouse where he ramps up production. Okay, do you understand how impressive that is? Like, I'm gonna say it a little bit slower. He moved to California, doesn't even speak English in 1978, and by 1980, 2 years later, he buys a 5,000 square foot warehouse in LA, which is renowned for having cheap real estate.
Yeah.
Okay, this dude is a complete badass. Okay, so he gets his new
here.
factory up and running. Once he does that, he adds a couple of new flavors, and one of them is going to be based off of a Thai-style hot sauce known as sriracha. Sriracha was the town that this style of hot sauce was originally invented in, so he just calls it sriracha. He slaps a chicken on the bottle because that's his zodiac sign, and then puts a bunch of Chinese shit all over it, and he calls his company Haivng Foods, named after the ship that brought him to America. Okay, just so we're all on the same page, a Vietnamese guy flees communism, moves to America, starts a hot sauce company, takes a recipe from Thailand, puts it inside of a Chinese-branded bottle, and then sells a shit ton of it to achieve the American dream. I love everything about this story. It's the most American shit ever. From here, over the coming years, sriracha becomes outrageously popular. At this point, he probably should have trademarked it. Couple of problems. One, you can't really trademark sriracha because the word sriracha is just the name of the town the sauce was created in. It'd be like somebody trying to trademark the word Los Angeles. You can't do it. So at this point, most people would be like, okay, we're gonna give it a different name so that we can trademark it. But David Tran is like, no, we're calling it sriracha. I don't care. If you want to make another hot sauce and also call it sriracha, that's fine. I'm still gonna win because my shit's better. He's just a complete gangster about the entire thing.
He was very gangster.
Another $1 into the reason you should love David Tran jar. Like, that is the best attitude on the planet. Like, I'm gonna beat you not because my lawyers made it illegal for you to compete with me. I'm gonna beat you by just beating you and outperforming you and giving the customer a better product. And while that is a great attitude to have, great attitude alone isn't gonna make a great product. A great plan is, and David Tran has that plan. Haivng Foods is gonna make their sriracha by using fresh, locally sourced ingredients. He is buying red jalapeno peppers from local farmers, having them picked in the field, taken straight to his factory, and turned into hot sauce the exact same day. Is that cost effective?
Damn.
Absolutely not. He could probably make way more money, have way better margins if he was buying a bunch of shit from overseas that was dehydrated, thrown into a barrel, and shipped across the ocean, but that's not what he wants to do. He wants to have it fresh, and he wants to support the American economy. He literally says he locally sources everything that he puts into his hot sauce as his way of giving back to America for bringing him into this country.
I mean, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
I love this guy. Comes to America, works his ass off, does not compromise on morals whatsoever. Like, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to create a...
That is hard. It's because, well, when you have a company, you do want profits. You want profits to go up. In general, companies want profits to go up, expenses to be down, and overhead, all that kind of stuff to be as low as possible so that, they can make as much money as possible. Of course, he's selling it for way more than, or at least enough more than what it's cost him to do because he needs to pay employees. But he's not gouging the prices of everything. Even though he knows he's popular, he wants people to know, he wants, I guess, people to feel like, hey, you can get my sauce at a pretty good price, which means that you're going to get more sauce next time because it's a pretty good price.
Superior product, I'm gonna support my people, and I'm gonna fucking win, and that's exactly what he does. Fast forward, by 1988, he's selling so much hot sauce that he's having trouble sourcing enough red jalapenos to be able to keep up with demand, and a local farmer, Craig Underwood, the owner of Underwood Ranch, hears about his issue and writes him a letter, not an email, not a text message, doesn't give him a call, writes him a letter that literally just says, and I quote, do you want me to grow you some peppers? To which David Tran is like, hell yeah, grow me some peppers. I need a lot more peppers. So Underwood Ranches starts planting these red jalapeno peppers. And because the ranch is so close to his factory, they're actually able to pick the peppers, put them directly onto a semi-truck, drive them straight to the factory, and within 6 hours, they are turned into hot sauce. And this is what makes sriracha so good. They're using the freshest ingredients possible, not a bunch of dehydrated shit that they can buy from anybody. So sriracha explodes in popularity even more. Okay, and it's worth noting, he's not even trying to market sriracha. The product markets itself. Sriracha has never spent a single penny on advertising or anything else. It's just like, you try it, you like it, you buy more, the end. That's David
I did
Tran's
love sriracha.
entire
We would
business
have
model. I create a superior product. The customer
at home. We're Latinos. At home, you know, we have our own sauces that we like and things like that. But sriracha was a actual hot sauce that we ended up liking. We tried it first. I think it was at a Thai restaurant, and then we just ended up liking it after that. We ended up finding it at way back when it was the original flavor of sriracha. Back when it was the original stuff of sriracha, we would buy it, and yeah, it would last us a while. But yeah, I would put sriracha on fucking everything.
Will come
eggs,
to me.
everything.
And it works. Sriracha starts hitting mainstream. It's getting sold all over the United States, at which point sriracha does start getting some backlash. There's interviewers and reporters asking questions like, hey, why don't you make it a little bit milder? Some people say it's too hot. To which David Tran responded, and I quote, then use less. Hot sauce is supposed to be hot.
Yeah.
Duh.
This motherfucker don't miss.
Now, the relationship between Underwood Ranch and Hoi Fong Foods goes on in a conventional sense for like the first 10 years. Basically, Underwood Ranch grows some red jalapeno peppers. They sell them by the pound to Hoi Fong Foods. That's how it's normally supposed to go. And by the end of that 10-year period, Underwood Ranch is supplying 95% of all the red jalapenos to Hoi Fong Foods, and Hoi Fong Foods is accounting for approximately 25% of Underwood Ranch's business. The problem is sriracha is getting more and more popular by the day, and he needs more red jalapeno peppers, and he wants Underwood Farms to grow them because they have a great relationship. So he goes to Craig Underwood and is like, hey, I need you to grow more red peppers. To which Craig Underwood is like, hey, look, you're accounting for 25% of my business already. That's probably too much for diversity. Like, if I lose you as a client, I'm going to go out of business. I can't risk growing more of, you know, my
That's
available
smart on
land
his end.
red peppers because it's just too risky. I can't do it. Go ahead and buy some red peppers from somebody else. I'll keep supplying you as much as I possibly can, though.
How about no?
But David Tran doesn't take no for an answer. He's like, no, you grow the best red jalapeno peppers. I need you to do it. You're the best at it. Here's the deal. Rather than you footing the risk of having to grow these peppers and then me buying them by the pound, I will pay you up front for every acre of these peppers that you plant. Meaning that David Tran is now footing the risk of if there's a drought or, you know, a famine or there's a bad crop, whatever, the fault and the risk is no longer on Underwood Ranches.
Damn.
It is now on Hoi Fong Foods.
That is a dedication.
Craig Underwood just can't turn down, so he agrees. And from here, as far as I can tell, they shake on it, and that's that. There's no contracts, no nothing. Underwood Ranches over the coming years.
That is the problem. That is, oh my god, that is one of the biggest mistakes you can make in any type of things. Yes, 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 back in the day, back in the good old days, as you could say, you could do that. You could have the, let's shake on it, that your word is bond, your word is good as gold, your word is good. Nowadays, man, no. In the 20th century, especially the late 20th century, going on 90s, maybe 2000s, you don't do that. You have to. You have to. No matter how small it is, if it is a business transaction, you have to have a contract. Whether it be VTubing or it be freaking a conglomerate like Hoi Fong Foods, you need a contract, especially if you are not in the advantage position. As Hoi Fong was in the advantage position, you absolutely need a contract. You cannot be without it. That is, that's where everything got messed up.
Farm into just growing red jalapeno peppers for Hoi Fong Foods. The entire thing is one crop for one client on a handshake agreement. And you know what? It works like a charm. And now that Underwood Ranch...
Yeah, I was back... Even back then, it was a terrible idea. But yeah, there were some times when it would be okay. Like, you would get fucked over, always. But people did it before a lot more than they do now. Now, especially. Now, it's just like, oh, it's fucking horrible. And it's so easy to get a fucking contract. You can pay someone $100 and they'll do a fucking contract for you. Now it's just, it's worth
only growing one crop. They start to become experts in growing red jalapeno peppers. Him and his right-hand guy, a guy by the name of Roberts, actually develop and build a harvester so they can harvest all of the peppers with a machine rather than sending people out into a field to pick them by hand. And this goes on for years. Craig Underwood and David Tran actually become really good friends.
True. You're very right, Gerard. There were a lot of people who did not know how to read, write, or even sign their name. There were a lot of illiterate people. There still are a lot of illiterate people, sadly. But nowadays, you know, there's more information out there.
watch each other's kids grow up. They're going to each other's houses for holidays. Everything is perfect. And then by 2007, David Tran has a meeting with Craig Underwood and is like, hey, you need to make your farm bigger because I'm going to need more peppers because I am buying a new factory that's going to be 600,000 square feet. Okay, and if you don't know, acquiring more farmland is not a simple process by any stretch of the imagination, pretty much anywhere in the United States, but
in California, that's fucking horrible.
Especially in places like the Midwest or California, where real estate is notoriously expensive. But from Craig Underwood's perspective, this is, not just a business acquaintance. This is my homie. He knows where I live. He knows my kids. We've been working together for 20 years at this point. If he needs it, I'm going to get it done. Underwood Ranches invests millions and millions of dollars and acquires 1,800 additional acres close to the new haivng Foods factory so they can keep supplying them. Now, presumably, some of that land was bought, but a lot of it had to be leased. And when you lease farmland, you're leasing farmland for decades at a time. Nobody is leasing farmland for like a year or a couple years at a time. It's like, no, you're going to sign a lease and you're going to be on the hook for this lease for the next 30 years, which is extremely risky for Underwood Farms, but he's betting on sriracha. This thing is blowing up. It's selling everywhere. And he's been with this guy for 20 years. It seems like a sure thing. And if you weren't around or you don't remember, in like the 2010s, sriracha was absolutely everywhere, right? Like they were putting sriracha on hats, shirts. Lay's had a potato chip sriracha flavor. And David Tran got paid for none of that, by the way. He could have probably sued for trademark infringement, not for the word sriracha, but for the use of his rooster logo, but he never did because he just viewed the entire thing as free advertisement, which it absolutely was. Like if you're in the hot sauce aisle looking for a new hot sauce, you're like, oh, I've seen 17 hipsters wearing a sriracha hats and sriracha shirts, and there's sriracha cookbooks and sriracha Lay's potato chips. I'm gonna buy fucking sriracha. So Craig Underwood goes through with it. He acquires all this new land, fronts millions and millions of dollars, puts himself on the hook for decades for this farmland.
That's where he screwed up.
Gonna work fine because
That's where he
is
screwed
not
up.
going anywhere, and for years it goes great. The new 600,000 square foot factory opens up. Underwood Ranches is at full tilt making red jalapeno peppers. They are growing 100 million pounds of red jalapenos a year, delivering 50 to 60 semi-loads every single day to haivng Foods.
Goddamn!
And despite the scale, they are still going from picked off the plant to turned into hot sauce in like 6 hours. haivng Foods is now $1 billion company selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of hot sauce every single year.
I remember how
Underwood
popular it
Ranches
was.
is, as far as I could tell, the largest red jalapeno operation in the world. And at this point, sriracha is continuing to grow at 20% revenue year over year, which is insane. These two men have literally made something incredible off of nothing more than a handshake agreement and both working their ass off. And then it all goes to shit.
What do you mean?
According to the court documents, in approximately 2014, David Tran wanted to give his sister-in-law, who was working for the company, a big raise, but he felt that his wife and son, who sat on the board, wouldn't approve it. So David Tran came up with an idea that he was going to make a new company and just give the company to the sister-in-law as a way to get her to make more money. And that new company was going to be called Chili Co., and Chili Co.'s entire job was going to be acquiring red jalapeno peppers and ingredients for haivng Foods, and that was going to be that. That's how he was going to pay his sister more money. Okay, I'm going to say that again, but slower, so we're on the same page. David Tran has just elected to hire somebody who presumably is not qualified to take over the operation of acquiring red jalapeno peppers, which is not even a job that needs to exist because he has one guy that gets him all the peppers that he needs on a handshake agreement. But for some reason,
and the problem is you just fucked over that guy. And here's the thing that happens. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be right on this. Once the guy sees that he's getting fucked over, that handshake agreement's gonna go to hell, and it's gonna be like, oh, you're doing this? You're taking my money. You told me to get this farm. You told me to get this farm then, and now you're not gonna buy from me? Oh, fuck that. I'm gonna get my money from this.
We're gonna interject this person that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing to try to acquire the peppers that they already fucking have. Okay, I've said this a million times. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Everybody's making literally billions of dollars selling hot sauce and growing chili peppers. Just don't touch it. Leave it alone. Continue making money. But that's not what somebody that's a new hire that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about is gonna do. Absolutely not. Chili Co. starts looking at the numbers and they're like, well, actually, we could buy these dehydrated chilies from China and they would only be $300 a ton. So I think that Underwood Farms should try to compete with these dehydrated chilies from overseas.
No, fuck that.
He's supposed to also deliver brand new fresh chilies that are picked and then turned into hot sauce in 6 hours while he's growing them in California of all places.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
So Chili Co. goes to Craig Underwood and is like, hey, we could get this competitor's chilies for $300 a ton. We want you to be able to sell your brand new fresh chilies and deliver them to us with your semis for $500 a ton, to which Craig Underwood is like, absolutely not. It literally cost me almost $700 a ton just to grow these things. That's not possible. At which point the appropriate response would have been, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm an idiot. Forget I said anything. Is that what they did? Absolutely not.
But that's simply not possible. Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?
The next year, in 2015, Chili Co. pulls Roberts, aka Craig Underwood's right-hand man that helps him run his entire farming operation, aside and tries to hire him away from Craig Underwood. Roberts declines and kind of attributes the entire thing to a miscommunication.
He's absolutely right.
Around the same time, David Tran gets a hold of Craig Underwood and is like, hey, can we fly a drone over your farming operation? We just want to, look at the crops that are growing, which is weird. He's never done that before, but also, like, drones are new. I've been working with this guy for 20 some odd years. Fuck it, why not? Yeah, as long as it's for, like, your personal use or you just want to look at it, like, that's fine, go ahead. So, Haivng Foods, David Tran, flies a drone over, records all this footage of their farming operation, and then nothing seemingly ever comes of it. Then, 2016, Craig Underwood is on vacation out of the country. They know that, so they have Roberts come to the Haivng Foods factory, where the Chili Co. head and David Tran basically sit Roberts down and say, hey, we're starting this new company, Chili Co. You're gonna work for us. Not asking him to work for them, pretty much telling him, you work for me now. To
what the hell, like, dude? Poaching people?
I've been working for Craig Underwood for 2 decades. That's my guy. I'm not leaving him. They get super pissed. They then turn around and are like, okay, well, we can still buy this stuff from China for $300 a ton. You're going to sell us your stuff at $500 a ton, or we're going to go elsewhere. They literally can't sell it to you at $500 a ton. It costs them almost $700 a ton to grow this shit. So not only is demanding that price delusional, this also breaks the entire thing just by going from paying by the ton to the original agreement of we're going to pay you for every acre that you plant, because it shifts all the risk back onto Underwood Farms, and now they're screwed because they only grow jalapenos at this point, and they're stuck. So in the coming months, Underwood Farms tries to negotiate a new price with them, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So by the 2017 season, he's not able to plant any jalapenos, so there's no jalapenos in the ground. There is now a massive gap in the supply chain that's going to have to be filled somehow. So Chili Co. goes about trying to buy peppers from everybody else that they possibly can, because you're never going to believe this. Nobody has 100 million pounds of fucking jalapenos lying around, and it's really hard to find that many.
I am stunned. Just stunned.
So in an effort to help find that, they give all the drone footage of all the proprietary techniques and technology and all the intel that they had gathered through espionage to all the other jalapeno farmers without Underwood knowing.
This is bullshit.
So essentially, Underwood Farms is basically dead in the water, and they're on the hook for all these thousands of acres of farmland that they leased for the next, like, 20 to 30 years. Like, they're going to go out of business. While that's going on, Chili Co. and Haivng Foods are getting jalapenos from anywhere and everywhere else that they can, which means the quality isn't that great. Some of the peppers are picked too early.
Yeah, I remember the quality started going down.
Instead of red jalapenos, it's a giant fucking nightmare, which leads to the hot sauce tasting different, looking different. It's like a burnt orange color. People are mad because sriracha doesn't taste like sriracha. Nobody knows what's going on. So now, presumably, Haivng Foods is also financially hurting, so they just start digging through all their accounting, and they're like, actually, we think a couple years back, I think we overpaid Underwood Farms like $1.5 million. We're going to take them to court and sue them, so they have to give us $1.5 million, and that's going to help with our financial burden.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Okay, and I cannot stress to you enough that this is probably the dumbest fucking idea imaginable. Okay, I've been
Not
threatened
probably,
with
it
quite a
is.
few lawsuits in my day, and I have
It
avoided
is.
all of them by saying one simple statement back to their lawyers, and that statement is, okay, sue me, I would love to go to discovery with you. Because discovery is this magical part of the judicial process where both parties have to come to the table with all
Discovery is what screws people over. I'm not a lawyer, but I do know. I've been around enough court cases. I've been around enough people that have gotten sued, and I've been around it. Like even like my mother worked for a garment manufacturer who got sued a couple times, and Discovery helped them out so many times. And yeah, if you're on the up and up and you haven't done anything wrong, you love Discovery, because guess what? All that shit that Haivng Foods was doing, of flying the drone, trying to steal proprietary information, trying to undersell, trying to snipe some of their and poach some of their of the people, all of that goes into Discovery. Any text message sent, any electronic communication sent, any paperwork sent, anything like that, anything and everything goes into Discovery. The lawyers of Underwood Farms salivate at the thought of Discovery.
their evidence, and you can subpoena and get all of their internal records and figure out exactly what was going on, which presumably is exactly what happens. And when Chili Co. and Haivng Foods have to turn over all of their shit, it becomes very apparent that they have been plotting for at least 3 years to screw over Underwood Farms, at which point it goes from them suing Underwood Farms for $1.5 million to Underwood Farms suing them for $23 million and winning in court.
It was perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
And this is what caused that magical time like 10 years ago, 2016, 2017, where nobody could find sriracha on any shelves anywhere, and if you could, it was like this weird different color, it didn't taste the same. It was all because it wasn't the same. The whole thing with sriracha was they had fresh red jalapeno peppers that were grown in California in a particular part of the world that were plucked, transferred to the factory, and turned into hot sauce in 6 hours flat. It was literally a multi-billion-dollar money-printing machine with a beautiful backstory with two hard-ass working men on a handshake agreement that built a fucking empire together, and the entire thing was harpooned by one stupid it's greed. It's pure greed. Like, why? Everybody was winning. It wasn't broke. Why would you try to fix it? You've got some moron that didn't build this company whispering in your ear like, oh yeah,
we all have mansions. We're all rich as shit, but you can have a little bit bigger mansion and be a little bit more rich if you fucked over all your friends.
And then you blew up the entire thing. Congratulations. So yeah, that's why you couldn't find sriracha on the shelves 10 years ago, and that's why the sriracha today tastes a little bit different. Oh, but you know the funny part? You know what Underwood Farms did after they won the $23 million lawsuit with sriracha? They turned around and started making their own sriracha, and guess what they called it? Fucking sriracha, because you can't trademark the word sriracha. So now, made with Underwood Farms with the actual chili peppers, you can get Underwood Farms sriracha, and I'm gonna be honest, it tastes very similar to the original sriracha, but it's a little bit spicier, and I kind of like it more. So, yeah, I found my sriracha.
A lot of people have told me the same thing. I looked online of, people like, I was trying to find different options. I haven't gotten Underwood Farms sriracha. I will try it. I'm actually going to recommend it to my dad can't eat too spicy things because it does affect his stomach. But I am going to get some Underwood sriracha and come back to you guys and let you guys know. But I have heard that because of the fact that, yes, they kind of got an idea of how to do it. And, you know, it's not hard to make that hot sauce once you're in the cycle of the whole thing. And I'm glad they got the $23 million. I'm glad Haivng Foods got fucked over. I will say that as a personal thought, I am glad that it wasn't alleged that they fucked them over. It was found in a court of law. This is no longer an allegation. This is no longer allegedly. This is no longer an accusation. It has been found in a court of law that Haivng Foods fucked over Underwood Farms to the tune of $23 million because of breach of contract. Because yes, a verbal contract is a legally enforceable contract, especially if it's been going on. More than one person knew about it. You know, you had the gym guy that was probably also like, yes, this was what we were doing. So we've been doing it for 20 years. That is a legally enforceable contract. You broke it because you got greedy, because you wanted to help your sister-in-law or whatever the fuck. Well, guess what? She fucked you over. Guess why? Now I have not heard anything positive about sriracha, the original Haivng Foods sriracha. I've heard it sucks. It's not the same as it was before. The taste isn't the same. I want the taste that it was. Underwood Farms, I've heard it mentioned before. That's why I went for the sriracha thing. I've heard of Underwood Farms before, and I heard that it is very similar in taste. Different, of course, because you can't have the same exact formulation. You can kind of get the similar taste once you start figuring out the percentages of maybe vinegar in there, whatever it is, the little flavorings in there. You can try to figure it out, because there are actual people that can figure that stuff out, and there are actual machines that you can put it through and figure that shit out if you want to. I am very glad that Haivng Foods got fucked over. That they didn't get fucked over. They got their just desserts because they fucked over a friend. Again, not allegedly, not an accusation. A court of law in California found that they fucked over a friend and they broke the contracts, and to the tune of $23 million. That is a big sting for any organization. That was found. Yes, that was a case that was very publicized, and they got screwed over. I'm glad. I'm glad that the bad guy didn't get a whole new mansion or a whole new big house or a whole new whatever. They didn't get away with screwing over the little guy. In this case, not so little. Underwood Farms was not a tiny operation, but in essence, they tried to screw over the little guy. In essence, they try to screw over someone who really didn't deserve that. They fuck around and they find out. Absolutely. They effed around and found out in the most satisfying way possible in a court of law. Because that is satisfying as fuck. When a court tells you, oh yeah, you're not imagining things. You got fucked over. And guess what? All this evidence that we found in Discovery shows that you got fucked over bad. Here's $23 million because of the fact you got fucked over. Oh, and yeah, you don't have to sell to them anymore. And you don't owe them anything. That you can't trademark sriracha. So guess what? You can make your own sriracha now, which they did. And as far as I know, it is taste-wise, it beats the new sriracha. They tried to go back to the formulation and try to figure out how to make it better. Again, the new sriracha, but I've heard that this case and how people were fucked over have prevented people from wanting to go with Haivng Foods again. But right now, what we're gonna do, try and see if I can send you guys somewhere again. You don't have to go anywhere that I send you. You don't have to go anywhere that I send you. You guys can go and get some rest if you want. You can go and just chill if you want. Do what you need to do. Do what you want to do. Take care of yourself. I will be sending you guys to... we will send you to... Let's see who's available. We will... send you to Ami. She's doing some stuff with Species Unknown. Oh, this looks like an Alien style game. And this does look like it's a co-op style game. Nice. It's pretty good graphics, it looks like. So yeah, nice. Alright, so I'll send you over there. Like I said, you don't have to go anywhere that I send you. You don't have to do anything. The main thing that I do request that you do is take care of yourself. Be well. Enjoy yourself. I'm sorry that my internet is the way that it is. It has been that way for a bit. So, hopefully by tomorrow things will get better. Hopefully by tomorrow we will have resolved this issue. But it's like, you know, I don't know if it's going to be solved or not. We're going to do our best. It is the ISP's problem, but I will try my best to do what I can over here to keep giving you guys a good experience. Hopefully we're going to be able to play a game eventually. We'll see how everything is. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Let me see if I can send you somewhere on the YouTube side. We will see where we can do. Let's see. I haven't sent you guys to Yuki and Yuna, the duo, in a while. They're doing tabletop stuff. So if you don't like tabletop, then that's fine. Like I said, take care of yourself. Thank you guys for being here. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to play games with the games for you guys or anything like that. Just my internet's being a little bitch. Appreciate you. Take care. Love you guys. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.